We're live. Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Blizzard Comedy's broadcast Avalanche. We've got loads of people in the chat already. Jonathan Moore, hard jazzy music time. Yep, you bet it is. Samantha Ecclestone, again. I always reference your comments, even though you're literally watching the stream with me. So don't know why I do this. Marshmallow Fairy says, "What a bop!" Thank you very much, Sam, for creating this music exclusively for us, which I know you didn't, but that's what I've been telling myself just to sleep better at night. Hi, nice reminders. Fucking hell, that's more of a tongue twister than I thought. Thanks for joining us. Richard Moore said, "Ooh, is the patrons list new?" Yeah, I kind of. This is entirely my fault. We used to do it at the live shows, shout out the patrons every time, but I forgot to do it for like the last 6 streams. So I've started thanking you again, and given that Richard has given more money than we've ever deserved, I thought it'd be about time that I actually thanked people. Nice reminders again. Yep, your name is on the patrons. Thank you very much. Bitch Lasagna, hi. Thanks for joining us. What a great
God, have we started? Oh no, sorry.
Sorry, we're not on you yet, Thom.
Where have you been?
I got distracted by chopping mushrooms. It took longer than I thought it would.
Mark Grimshaw says, "Very surprised to see the show starting slightly late." Yeah, that was Tom's fault. He had to go. Well, I suppose in a way it's Cat's fault for wanting tea. But
exactly, and a lemon roll that I've made. You can't do baked goods and not take them upstairs. It's not fair.
You can't, absolutely. Richard was hi, Johnny Face. Hi, Richard Moore. Fantastic. Oh, and Victoria Bliss as well. Thank you very much for joining us. So, good evening. Welcome again to Blizzard Comedy's broadcast Avalanche, the only right-wing comedy show in the universe. As there's no others, as we all know, the pesky left control all the media, which is why all the major powers in the world are led by left-wing politicians. So, in the news this month, the government has launched a new tier system for regional COVID prevention restrictions. The country is now split into categories of Tier 1 restrictions, aka Tory strongholds, Tier 2 restrictions, aka marginals, and Tier 3, Manchester and Merseyside. Stanley Johnson was caught breaking restrictions by shopping without a face mask, claiming ignorance of the new restrictions at the time. But in his defence, if I was unfortunate enough to be the father of Boris Johnson, I'd probably also tune out everything that came out of his mouth on instinct. The actor Lawrence Fox is boycotting the supermarket chain Sainsbury's for vocally supporting Black History Month, claiming that by doing so, they were promoting racial segregation. Truly the Rosa Parks of his generation, refusing to give up his Sainsbury's Taste the Difference quiche Lorraine to a person of colour. Black History Month isn't segregation. Segregation would be if Sainsbury's stopped allowing white people into their stores. And let's face it, if Sainsbury's stopped letting white people shop in their supermarkets, who the fuck is going to be shopping in Sainsbury's? on the scale of white, Sainsbury's is at least bronze. It'd be like if Monster Energy drinks stopped selling their products to incels, or Nintendo stopped selling consoles to transgender people. Tell me I'm wrong. Thank you for that. I don't even know who said that, but thanks.
Oh, Jackson, you idiot. Don't fall off the couch.
No one can see what's going on, Thom, so thanks.
That was really enjoyable mental image, though.
It was, yeah, but that's all you're going to get. Gay men have hijacked the Proud Boys hashtag on Twitter, much to the dismay of the neo-fascist organisation of the same name. To be honest, I think they kind of had it coming. Like, Proud Boys is a stupid fucking name. Why would you be proud to be a boy? Being proud to be a boy is like being proud of beating Mario Kart on 50cc. Right? Save pride for an actual fucking achievement, not a disappointing fact of birth. Trans boys are the only boys who have a right to be proud of being a boy because they put some fucking effort in. Cis boys don't put any effort into being a boys. They just fall out of the room and go, right, I'm off to play Fortnite, and then don't shower enough. The Frog and Bucket Comedy Club in Manchester has been deemed not culturally significant enough to receive Arts Council funding. The Frog and Bucket Comedy Club has helped to launch and further the careers of pretty much every working class Northern comic since the 90s, meaning the Frog and Bucket has helped more people find fulfilling work in the North over the past 25 years than the entire fucking history of the job centre. Not culturally significant, my fucking shit. I'll be honest, I do have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder with this, because back in January, if you remember, we actually lost to the Frog and Bucket for a City Life Award. So if the Frog and Bucket aren't culturally significant enough, what the fuck does that make us?
I mean, we've got a wicked digital show, so...
We do have a wicked digital show, yeah, but we're still not getting Arts Council funding. MPs are eligible for a £3,000 pay rise for all the hard work they've been doing this pandemic. Incredible, isn't it? If I'd have known you could earn an extra £3,000 a year by refusing to feed starving children, I'd have taken up childminding. And final... That was a great response, Kirstie. Thanks.
Sorry.
And finally, Boris Johnson is reportedly retiring next spring on account of his salary being too low. Ah, poor him. Maybe if he stopped trading his tax-funded salary on drugs so much, he wouldn't be struggling to eat. Welcome to the show. So let's meet the teams. As ever, I'm joined by team captains Kirstie Summers and Thom B.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And on Kirstie's team tonight, we have the magnificent Andrea Hubert and Jamie D'Souza.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, thank you. And on Thom's team tonight, we are joined by Sam Serrano and Ryan Kenny.
Hello.
Hey. Everyone's applauding really loudly at home. I know we can't hear it, but it is.
Claps in the chat.
Everyone's really happy to see us. Wonderful stuff. So, Kirstie, Thom, thank you for joining us again. How are you doing?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. It's half term. I've slept a lot. I'm well happy. I've not been bitten for like 4 days. That's good.
Mate, that is a good length of time to not been bitten. So, Kirstie, what have you got coming up that you want to talk about?
So, first I'm going to talk about my beer. So I've got a can of We've Got You by Mondo Brewing Co. And the reason I've got this is because for every can of this they sell, they donate £2 to Hospitality Action, which is supporting restaurant and bar staff that can't work during the pandemic. And I think that's very cool. And this beer also sounds very nice because it's fruity. And I wasn't going to drink today because I've got to get up for work in the morning. And then when we were in the chat beforehand, you told me to have a beer. So I just immediately did. And if anyone else wants to support Hospitality Action via alcohol, I've put a link in the description to where you can buy your own, but because it's like an independent brewery, you have to buy them in like a crate of 16 which is why it's okay for me to drink this now, even though it's supposed to be for next Tuesday. But also what I'm doing is next Tuesday, Social Distance Warriors are staying up all night to watch the live election results come in from America, and do some commentary on it. It's an all-night live stream. We've got some amazing guests coming up. We've got music, we've got comedy, we've got games. We've got Tin and Dewey coming back for some stuff. That's going to be wicked fun. We've got some like pre-recorded stuff from you. We've got pre-recorded. Well, we will have pre-recorded stuff from Blizzard.
It's promising, just in case that falls through.
I've put it in the promo, mate.
If talented comedians aren't your thing, then I will be baking a cake in the shape of Donald Trump's head, like in that Bake-Off challenge.
And you're doing a biscuit map still, Thom?
I am doing a biscuit map as well.
He's doing a map of America made entirely out of biscuits, and as the results come in, we're going to ice them in if they come in red or blue. So we're going to be doing that overnight, and it's definitely not going to be just a crying, miserable mess. But it's also a fundraiser for Fair Share UK to feed the children that the fucking Tories won't. So if you want to find out more about that, there's a link in the description to the Facebook event. There's also a link in the description to all of the Social Distance Warriors social media channels where you can follow us and find out. And there's a link to the fundraiser, which I only set up today. But before then, we have a show on Thursday with Keris Bradley, Frizz Frizzle, and Just Say Nay, which is the last band I saw live before lockdown. And they reached out to us, and I'm so fucking excited. Like, my heart's going crazy just thinking about it. And then we're also doing a Halloween special on Saturday. So very, very, very busy bunnies.
Oh yes, we are.
Stuff. Thom,
You know what I did, Thom?
Thom, I imagine you're doing a lot of the same things Kirstie has done, but have you got anything else coming up that Kirstie isn't also?
Me and Andrew Marsh of No Money in the Bank infamy, obviously, are back on our podcast bullshit because we miss talking to each other, and have got an Order Drive-Through Records where we listen to every drive-through record release ever and talk about it, and Dog Rough Drafts where we go through our old notebooks and try and punch them up so they're actually not shit. And they still are usually spoilers, but yeah, that's about it, really.
Lovely stuff. Well, there'll be links for there'll be links for all of them in the description below, I believe, and we'll be sharing that on our social media as well. So absolutely check out some of them. Andrea, thank you for coming on the show. How are you doing?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm very well. How are you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm fighting the urge to just say all things considered, like it is essential for you to begin all greetings with in this day and age.
Yeah, I invented a new term the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, it's called The New Normal. I think it's catching on.
Amazing. That's genius, that.
I don't normally come up with stuff, but it just came to me. So
That's amazing. I think we should include that in all emails.
not all. Let's not let it get out of hand or anything. What would that look like? But
Come on, Johnny, not all emails.
Not all emails, no.
I'm sure even joking about that is in itself now a cliche. So there you go.
Absolutely stuff. Well, we do like to start on a cliche. Andrew, I'm really excited to have you on the show. You have a stand-up special on Next Up Comedy.
I do, yes. I have a stand-up special on Next Up Comedy, and that is what I am now plugging.
Yes, which you completely forgot about until I suggested it 20 minutes ago.
No, I have a stand-up special on Next Up Comedy. It's actually in the spotlight of the week this week. That's actually true.
Oh, exciting.
Just say that just to make it even sound more special. So please go and watch that. That would be nice. I won't give too much away, but I'm not that different to now in it. And what else did I want to plug? Oh, yeah, I want to plug a show that I watched recently called Dummy. I believe, truly, I know you guys all plug your own stuff, but I'm very lazy. I day drink. So I'm just like, you know, like we could all get creative and do loads of stuff, or we could all just watch some other stuff that people have done. And I watched this show called Dummy with Anna Kendrick. It's amazing. And now the people who produce the show, they've gone out of business. So you've really got to watch the show before it sort of disappears and never was. And it stars Anna Kendrick. And I don't know how you could ever not watch something that stars Anna Kendrick.
Absolutely.
That's a very good point.
So intense there, but that's how I feel about that.
Where can people? Is that on Netflix or is it? No. Why do it yourself? No, we're not gonna.
It was on Quibi, but Quibi folded, didn't it?
Yeah. It was Quibi, and Quibi did fold.
Right.
Yeah. So what did Quibi do with all its content?
I will
question.
I will find a way to watch it. It might not be legal, but we'll dress it up as mutual aid.
Well, that's why I've gone very silent suddenly. I'm just like, I don't know where you watch it. Who knows how people watch things? So whatever. Just do what you want to do.
Figure it out. Google will tell you.
Wonderful stuff. Well, so if you want to watch Andrea's stand-up show, you can do that on Next Up Comedy. I highly recommend it. There's also a bunch of amazing shows on there, so definitely recommend doing that. I don't know how much it is now. I'm going to brag. I signed up years ago when it was tiny, and I still only pay $3.50 a month, and I think it's like a tenner now. So
don't tell anyone. They might start charging you more.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's on the internet now. Like they can find you.
I didn't realize they kept their pricing tiers like the same if you signed up. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's either that or they just did it by accident and now they're going to fix that. But
but
either way, I don't mind.
For Johnny.
I want to support the comedy industry. It's fine. I've not been evading it. It's just they've not been letting me pay more.
You keep paying. It's nice. Those are my plugs. Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Jamie, how are you doing? Nice to meet you finally.
Yeah, lovely to meet you. I'm not bad. This is terribly unprofessional, but the pizza that we ordered was like half an hour late and it's only just arrived. So every now and then. Is that all right?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. Really happy to have you on the show. I believe you were one of the first people who actually applied to do our live gigs back in April of 2019, and we've never managed to get you on. So I do apologise. We never managed to do that before stand up ended forever. So it is nice to have you on our show in some capacity. So what have you been keeping busy during lockdown? Have you got anything you'd like to share with the lovely audience of Blizzard Comedy? The 21 watching now, 7 of whom are probably in this stream.
Be nice.
Well, sorry about my housemates getting in the way as well. The thing is, because we live in a tiny flat share in London, there's really not. We're all walking over each other. So the things I've been doing is mainly recently pissing off my housemates, making them go into the living room. Get out of the thing. I am very sorry.
We're just getting more guests for the same price. I'm happy.
Oh, it's so real. I love it.
Yeah, I think they're going to make me split the thing between the 3 of them. I've been making little music videos and stuff like that. That's pretty much how I've been keeping myself occupied.
Fab. And
what have you been doing with the music
that?
videos?
I post them on Instagram and YouTube. And my YouTube name is Catastrophe Waiter, which is derived from a Bell and Sebastian song, which you might know. And my Instagram is Jamie D'Souza with 2 A's on the end of it.
Thank you very much. I believe the links are in the description below if you want to go check them out. Not now, preferably. We are going to be here for at least the next 2 hours. But yeah, if you want to check that out later, please absolutely do. Thank you very much for joining us, Jamie. Sam, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I see you've brought a guest with you today.
Yes, Trixie Mattel was staying over, so she will be joining me for the entirety of this show.
That's absolutely fine. You say staying over. Is that following guidelines? Do you live with Trixie Mattel already? Is that what's happening there?
Social bubble. I'm replacing
Wonderful stuff. So Sam, how have you been keeping busy during the apocalypse? Have you got anything you'd like to share with our viewers?
Yes, I've been learning how to audio edit and getting better at doing like video editing and stuff. So now I have a YouTube channel where I put videos up on there, which are like vlogs about being a comedian, and I'm learning more about audio editing. So I should have a podcast that's really okay soon.
Well, there you have everyone, an okay podcast from a white person. Yeah, something to be really excited about. But Sam's YouTube can be found in the description below, and do check out their stuff. It is they them, isn't it? Am I getting that right? Yeah, cool, good. I tend to default to that when I don't know, and for some people like that, not that's not correct for everyone. But yeah, okay, you can find their stuff in the description below. Definitely check them out; they are absolutely fantastic. And last but not least, Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I've just a piece. Jamie was talking about pizza. My pizza's just arrived. So, I'm
starting to really need pizza. This is.
Yeah. I feel like if I'd known it was going to be a pizza party, we could have organised this together.
Could have
coordinated our pizza arriving all at the same time.
I'm almost definitely going to order some now. Like 100%.
Onions and mushroom and cheese. That's all I have. No meat. That's so when you say what have I been up to, basically ordering pizza.
Fantastic stuff. Well, please do tell us about your pizza or anything else that you'd like to plug. I'm happy. We've already established you don't need to plug your own work. You can just talk about the pizza. That's fine. But
I don't know which is better, because I was going to plug my book that I wrote 4 years ago, but I'm struggling to write a sequel, so I'm enjoying this pizza a lot better.
Wonderful stuff. Well, tell us a bit about your book, just so.
It's not comedy, essentially. It's just a historical fiction, Viking, Saxon kind of book.
That's fine. I mean, I know our audience. That is definitely the kind of thing they'd be interested in, regardless of if it's comedy.
I'll actually sound more enthusiastic about it then. 4.5 stars on Amazon if you want to have a look at it. Broken Tide, A Tale of Two Brothers, it's called. I wrote it 4 years ago. I was meant to write a sequel, 100,000 words into it, and just hide it away now because I'm scared of it. It's got too big for its boots, so I don't know where I am with it.
No.
That's basically all I'm up to at the moment.
Wonderful.
You should George R. Martin and just sort of like, you get it, you know.
Just like Harry.
You understand.
Wonderful stuff. Well, there's a link for Ryan's book in the description below, and if and when the sequel is published, we'll be sure to share that on social media as well. Thank you all very much for joining us. Let's get on with the show. While you're all eating pizza, that's fine. So our first round is fake news detectives. This is a round where I give the teams 3 different headlines. 2 of them actual published headlines in publications. I was going to say reputable, but some of them aren't. And one of them is one which I have just made up, and I have to work out which one the made-up headline is. So first, we're going to start with Kirstie's team. So Kirstie,
I'm wildly confident for no reason.
Wonderful. That's just what we like to hear. Kirstie, your 3 headlines are: Girl 8 pulls a 1,500-year-old sword from a lake in Sweden. EA under fire for adding unskippable in-game ads to full-price FIFA 21 2 weeks after release. And shoppers stunned after "Fuck the Pope" blares out. Oh, sorry, there were asterisks there. I wasn't meant to say "fuck." But, I've done it now. After "Fuck the Pope" blares out over Tesco Tannoy. So which one of these do you think is the fake one?
Right. Oh, okay. I thought they were in the group chat and they are not, but it's okay. I can see them now.
Oh, that was my fault. I'll put them there. Oh, you can see them.
It's fine. I can see them on the screen. Okay, so Girl 8 pulls 1,500-year-old sword from a lake in Sweden. EA under fire for adding unskippable in-game ads to full-price FIFA 2 weeks after release. That sounds like something EA would do. I could believe that. Shoppers stunned after fuck the Pope blares out over Tesco tannoy. I want that one to be true. What do we feel, team? What are we?
I feel I've got some very strong feelings, but that doesn't mean anything.
Tell them anyway. Let's share.
Right. I feel very strongly two things. Number one, the Shoppers Stunned one has to be true, but number two, surely I would have heard of it because it's too awesome. So I don't know how much help that was.
When you said girl ate, I thought like she ate a sword.
I think that a girl of 8 could easily pull a sort of ratchety old sword out of a lake. It's not going to be at its full strength sword-wise. It's been in there for 1,500 years. So I'm going EA is the wrong one.
Kids are brilliant at finding weird shit as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like you have archaeologists doing like a proper excavation with all these like meticulous rules in place to like search every stone, and some kid will rock up like, I found this in a bush.
Yeah, some arsehole child will just invalidate their entire existence. Yeah. And quite by the way, what is the swearing rule on this show?
Swear as much as you want.
As much as you fucking please.
I'm not going to necessarily. I just need to know.
That's fine.
Oh,
I mean,
if we were going to get taken off YouTube, it would have happened a long time ago.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was going to say the only thing you can't do is show playing cards with literal porn on them. We discovered the hard way.
I got away with it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Stop telling on me.
Yeah, I think the second one is the fake one.
I would agree.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Not that I know anything, but that would be my...
Probably the third one, but I like the second one for it.
There seems to be a team consensus, and I don't really have any strong enough feelings to disagree with him, so let's go with that.
So you're going for EA?
Yeah.
You are correct. That is the one I made up. That is
Nice.
3 points to your team. So yeah, that one.
Say that I've never played FIFA, so it meant nothing. Nothing.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I just seen Jamie get a high five from off screen, and it made my day.
Wonderful stuff. It was not actually EA. It was a different games publisher. I think it was 2K. It was a different game that did that anyway. But EA is the one everyone hates, so I thought you'd believe it. But
see what you did there.
Fair play. Right. So Thom, your 3 headlines are: police find cash hidden between Bolsonaro allies' buttocks. Jeremy Clarkson to get his own cooking show, and Irish court rules Subway bread is not bread.
The Subway bread one is definitely true because it is technically cake because of the sugar content, which is amazing. I want me some carbohydrate cake.
Mm-hmm. I wish I had the other one because I knew those ones straight away. Because I spent a lot of money on FIFA, so I would have known that one. Right.
Wonderful stuff. Well, because Ryan says he would have got it right, I'll give him points. No, I won't.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that. You can earn your points.
Is the thing about Subway technically being cake, is that true?
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Fuck. I was trying to convince myself Subway was healthy, and now...
It really
no, it's like instead of being really unhealthy bread, it's now just unhealthy cake. It's like
even if you get the hearty Italian, because it's got heart in it, surely it's good for you.
I mean,
but just because it's got heart in it doesn't mean it's good for your heart. It could also be short for heart attack.
Oh. Oh wow. Okay,
that's why they put the apostrophe in. It's heart attacky, but they take out the attack.
What's the other two? I'm trying to look at the stream.
You've got police find cash hidden between Bolsonaro allies' buttocks, Jeremy Clarkson to get some cooking show, and the Subway one.
Well, if it's on the BBC, which Clarkson, it won't be on the BBC anymore, so... people are after more sort of right-wing leaning knobheads.
Yeah, they want more diversity.
Yeah, they want more diversity, so Clarkson's the go-to.
Well, they want more diversity, but then they send a bunch of complaints to Ofcom when they're on stream.
So I think the Clarkson one might be true.
Yeah.
I think that's true because that is a Jeremy Clarkson cooking show is some grade A apocalyptic bullshit. And that's just the year we're having.
It's 2020 summed up in a TV show. Karen pretends Subway is healthy and Jeremy Clarkson's doing his own cooking show.
Yeah, he's just frying fucking sausages on engine oil, just going, racism!
I'd like him to talk about the pans the way he talks about cars. I think like that show.
How quickly do you think this sausage is 0 to 60?
Cooking any Mexican food whatsoever.
Just interesting. We've got a comment from Mark Grimshaw saying Thom literally only knows that Subway bread is a cake because I told him on SDW. I deserve a point here. Okay,
that still means Mark, that I know. I'm sorry, no, Mark. The sharing and spreading of knowledge does not work by dibs just because you knew it first. If you tell something, it goes out in the world, and everyone knows that thing now. That's called learning and teaching. Grow up, you fucking child. And.
I would like to let our guests know that this is not the way we should be talking to our audience members.
No, but it's Mark.
So it's Mark.
What do you think is... So we're saying Jeremy Clarkson is true?
Yeah, but now I'm starting to think, why haven't we heard of it?
Yeah, true.
Because
what was the first one again?
This one is police find cash hidden between Bolsonaro allies' buttocks.
I mean, that also sounds true.
Shall we go Clarkson's false?
Yeah, Clarkson's false. Fuck it.
You going for Clarkson?
Different kind of show.
Yeah, I feel like we would have known about it. Probably on Amazon Prime or something.
So, you going for Clarkson?
Yeah.
You are correct. That is the fake one. It's actually James May who is getting his own cooking show, I think.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't speak.
Mark, I'm not picking up the phone. It's not our show.
Sorry, James May is getting his cooking show off the back of that YouTube video where he made one cheese sandwich in his garage.
Quite rightly, actually. Quite rightly.
I think Paris Hilton made a lasagna recently, so maybe something will happen for her. The whole thing, it was amazing. Just a lasagna.
Wonderful stuff. So at the end of that round, you are neck and neck with 3 points each. So our next round... Yay! I think that's the first time that's happened. Well, no, it's not the first time that's happened. You've been neck and neck before when you've both got it wrong, but I think this is the first time you've both got the points for that round, so well done.
Yeah, I usually never get the points this round. Thanks, team. I like you guys.
You are so welcome.
And I would like to say thanks
the less
to Mark
prepared, the better.
Yeah.
Our next round is no context. This is one where the teams are shown a picture from the news over the past month, and they have to work out what the news story is that's going on in the picture. So let's get our first picture up now, which will be visible in the street. Yep. Cool. So what do you think's happening here?
Please forgive me for this. This is the Vale station.
My team are losing 3 points.
I'll give him a point for that. Take some points away.
So I have a theory about this one. This is timed perfectly. It's kind of a group suicide. In my opinion, just in my opinion, except for the lady in blue who's like, I don't want to die, but I'm happy to watch. And the train's going to be coming along at any second. And that's what's happening there.
I actually think the till death do us part vow. 10 minutes time, sure, we'll do that.
I thought the headline was she was actually a reincarnated matador, and she thinks trains are attracted by white cloth.
I reckon they were just waiting at the platform. They're getting Southern Rail, and they've been waiting so long for their train that they've met someone, fallen in love, gone through all the stages of relationship and decided, it's time for marriage now.
Wearing that the whole time.
Turns up.
Just casually.
Yeah.
I feel like this would have been appropriately socially distant as well, because Northern Rail delays mean no one's at the train station.
They were like, well, basically their venue fell through, didn't it? And they were like, what should we do? And this was so cheap. I don't know what's going on though with this lady here. I'm pointing like any of you can see. With the guy, he seems to be kind of almost lifting her to safety in front of them a little bit.
Or there's a train right out of shot.
Yeah, like the train is about to kill them all, and he's like, changed her mind and lifted them out. And the other,
They're not actually holding up the dress. This is an action shot.
yeah.
So it's not like they've given the groom the job of organising the wedding and he thought this is what a bridal train was. Oh, thank you, that's what I deserve.
I feel like this is an episode of Don't Tell the Bride gone horribly wrong.
He spent all his money in Vegas and this is all he's got left.
He didn't even like put drinks behind the bar for her hen. It was just, oh, they fucking love trains, it's fine, just send them to the Cafe Nero.
I reckon the lady in blue has caught the bride's dress and she's just done a massive fart. I reckon that's what's happened there.
Oh, maybe she's got a camera underneath her and taking one of those old timey photos.
Oh, that's... I mean, I know that's definitely not what's happening.
No,
It might.
That's happening.
You weren't there, Sam.
Okay, but look how dirty her dress is. She's been out.
I feel like lifting it up that high is kind of a waste at this point.
Yeah, she's filthy by now. She's filthy. She's a filthy bride.
Like, I don't know if it's like the light coming
You sound
from.
like my mother.
She's a filthy bride.
Such a filthy bride. No, what happened in my day?
The point is, she's been sitting out, like a cup. So,
Like, are they like those daredevil kids who used to like jump between trains and they like never really grew out of that phase and they thought they'd have like a throwback to our youth type wedding and
or maybe
it
it's
was
like
just sad.
That sounded very judgmental for someone in their late 20s currently learning to skateboard.
Shut up. Okay.
Oh, wow. I think maybe it's a Guinness record-breaking fastest ceremony ever.
Oh.
Yeah, serious guess, guys. Actually, guess.
What if they've got a 2-for-1 deal on weddings and a funeral?
It's actually a 4-for-1.
I just need to draw attention to Andrew Taylor's comment in the chat. It's going, Northern Rail refused to give compensation because there is technically a train at the station.
That's
that one.
really good.
And yeah, in regards to your serious guess, you're actually going kind of overboard. I'll give you the point. The news story is literally just couple take wedding pictures on train line. This was a really obvious one.
Oh.
Yeah.
That feels like too easy an answer. Like, that's just describing what's in the photo.
Yeah, so you're saying if I dismissively said, oh, it's just people getting married with photos at a train station, it's a photo of someone getting married at a train station, I'd have got the point.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I know how this game works now, Johnny. Good to know.
When you went, don't just say what's in the photo, it ruins the game. And we would have got the point if we'd done what you said not to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all feel duped, thank you. So...
You got the point, Andrea.
Oh, I didn't realise. Thank you so much.
Yay!
Wonderful stuff. Okay, can we get the next picture up, please?
All right, cool. It's Godzilla next to a woman.
That is not the news story in this case.
Is this...
I think I know what this is. Do you remember at the end of Ghostbusters, where those dogs kind of cracked out of those dogs?
Wait, the good one or the one with Bill Murray?
The what?
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, I love the joke and everything, but come on, man. Let's just say different but equal, shall we?
Look, I know you're on my team, but I'm actually on Tom's side with this one. Like, what was with that weird fucking ghost blowjob scene that Dan Aykroyd refused to let them cut?
Wait, what?
Oh, that's my favourite bit. That's my favourite bit.
How long has it been since you've seen Ghostbusters? That's like the most memorable scene.
It's
I've seen the child's version. What are you talking about?
No, that's in the child's version.
It's the only version.
That's in the PG cut.
No to all of this. Let's move on. Those really cool dogs at the end of Ghostbusters 1?
Yes.
Okay, this is couple take wedding photos in Monster Museum.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
No, you are incorrect.
I don't know what it is, but I really like how it looks like he's looking at the rushes of his directorial debut.
It looks to me. They wanted to get married in Houston, but that was booked out, so I thought, we're just going to have to go here instead.
Is this the Queen visits Japan but forgets to pack skin?
Like
I almost want to give you a point for that, but it's not right at all. But it's just
almost. Dude.
Well, I think that at first I thought that guy behind was alive, but now I think he might just be a statue. So I'm flummoxed.
Are they actually at the front of a supermarket and it's like an anti-masker shows their truth form?
I never knew Godzilla was that small in real life. Like,
He's just massive.
He's just.
or maybe he's just really tall. Maybe it's a perspective thing.
I think he's stooping because he doesn't want to like make it weird.
Yeah.
I'm tall. So
like a reverse Tom Cruise.
yeah.
Jonny, you asked us to say what you see in the picture. So is it like Godzilla shows off the world's biggest mouldy potato?
With friend.
Is it Godzilla shows off trophy room of best monster awards?
That's really cute and sad somehow.
Oh, he would. He'd be like one of those dads who relives his glory days of playing for City under 18s, but never really made the full cut. Just all the kits. It's just very sad. Oh, Godzilla complex.
Andrew Taylor said, "Is this a picture of Brexit Party parliamentary candidate and his wife?" Fucking hell.
It is weird how like those creepy, gross-looking old racist men always have like really lovely-looking normal women that they're married to, and you wonder how it happened.
Money.
Like, what about that gross old racist attracted this clearly very normal, ordinary, nice-looking lady? Like, but this, like, it does look like Mr. and Mrs. Godzilla smiling down at their newborn baby, but in the way that, like, where they draw the male monster really awful, and then the female one is just like regular hot, but like slightly different.
This is like in the Addams Family Values, where they're looking down at puber, and instead of like a cute child which devastated the Addams family, they've now learned that their child is actually a small building, and Godzilla is very conflicted.
Right.
I would watch that sequel. It sounds very emotional. Godzilla coming to terms with his child being the one thing he has sworn to destroy.
Buildings. Not Mothra. Buildings. It's like, I loved my son until he came out as a public library.
Fucking hell.
I feel like a public library would be an easier son to have than like the Shard.
Yeah.
What do you think, audience? Would you rather be parents to the Shard or a public library?
I'd rather be the Shard and be going around melting fuckers.
Also, to be fair, your public library son is going to get significantly less funding from the government.
But I will respect him more than the capitalist prick that is the Shard.
We'll only be open 3 days a week now.
The Shard is my cunty child.
Yeah, so do you want to have a guess what's actually going on here? You're on the right lines with the couple stuff, but it's not marriage.
Is this the Prime Minister of Japan introduces his wife to the world?
It is not, and that is possibly xenophobic. So.
Oh no, I wouldn't. Oh, I'm sorry. I just really like the idea of Godzilla being an elected official. Like, you know, just like he destroyed the city and now he wants to rebuild it.
I was going to say, if it's just he destroyed the city, I mean, that's basically the Tories' plan, and it seems to be working for them. They've still got like a 40% approval rating or some bullshit.
Yeah. Any more guesses, or should I just tell you what this is?
Oh, no, you tell us. I can't wait to know.
I do really need to know.
This is teen's dream of going on date with Godzilla comes true. So yeah, this is a story about I think it's a TV show in Japan that just sort of like a very surreal Jim will fix it, but without all the nasty stuff. And then this person was writing in going about how she really wanted to go on a date with Godzilla, so they sent someone dressed up as Godzilla around to her house. They went on the date, which
I want to go on this show.
Yeah, that's my dream.
Is every single part of this show Godzilla based, or is it dream based?
Dream based, I believe.
Is it any dream based, or is it dream date based?
I can't wait for the episode where they make all my teeth fall out.
I mean, I'm sure if you write in, you could probably get that to happen. And
Tom,
no, I don't think
I can make that happen for you, mate. It'll hurt, but it'll happen.
So at the end of that round, we have Kirstie's team on 5 points and Tom's team on 3.
Ooh.
In the lead.
Yes.
We are going to have a break now. Fucking hell, we're way ahead of time. You've not, Tom. If anything, you've not been talking enough. You need to rectify that.
I've been talking. No, I'm sorry. I've been talking far too much, and I'm aware of it. So.
So we're going to have a break now. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Oh, well, I mean, I'll say we'll be back. We'll still be here. Just to remind you at this point as well, this is a pay what you want show. There's a PayPal link in the description below if you are having fun and you want to help support the remnants of the comedy industry who are on this show. Anyway, I'm not going to support everyone else. On the show.
I mean, we would like to.
Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, if we get enough money, I will. But just for the purposes of this particular PayPal link, just the 6 people on the show. Well, 5 people. Kirstie's doing it for free on the show. You can do that via PayPal link, or you can also sign up to our Patreon if you want to donate regularly, which they will also see a cut of. So we will be back with the game shortly. If any of the acts want to go for a poo, now is the time to do it. Enjoy the rest of your pizza, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
May I add, Jonny, my sweet darling?
Yes.
If anyone is like me, not getting paid for another couple of days or so because it's the end of the month, any donations that come in until next Monday at midnight will still go to this team. Yes. So the bucket stays open for a whole week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I am aware that doing the show the last Monday of the month is really bad for people's paydays. So yeah, where we do. If you don't have the money now, but you would like to donate, that's fine. You can still do that. We will be badgering everyone on the social media to give everyone money. So just follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and we will guilt you out of money. So we'll see.
We won't. I'm very bad at guilting people out of money, but we really hope that if we do enough nice things for free, you'll be generous and just give us some. That's a really nice bit.
Well, we're here. Mark Grimshaw
Hospitality action.
Mark Grimshaw saying the Shard would 100% be a young Tory. Oh, we definitely would.
Right, my cunt son.
Jonathan says, who's destroyed more libraries, Godzilla or the government? Probably the government. I imagine Godzilla probably has higher ambitions than libraries.
I'd say don't count out Amazon, really.
No, that's true. Yeah,
throw them in there as well.
That's a very good point. Yeah, this isn't a binary fight. It's like there's a lot more forces involved.
It's very much like internet versus world. Do you mind if I smoke when I'm on screen?
Go for it. Do it.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you minded or not. Okay. How's it going?
Going good.
This is it going well?
Yeah. We've got 21 watching now. We had 21 watching at the start of the show, so we haven't lost any viewers yet. That's always promising.
I'm going for a Dotty Aunt vibe because I've written no jokes. So. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Kind of knackered. I have been all week, but otherwise getting by all right.
Yeah.
I did make the very wise decision of booking today off work so I could focus on this, and then spent most of the day not focusing on this, and then remembering at about 3, oh shit, I need to do things for this, and then doing all of that.
What do you work? What's your work?
I do admin at the University of Salford. Nothing particularly exciting.
I'm doing something kind of interesting.
Oh, what are you doing?
Well, I'm working for a brand that has in their past had very sexist branding.
Okay.
I'm trying to move away from it.
Okay, that's
putting together, but they don't. But I said to them, you can do that, but if you want me to do this, we have to do it in a way that isn't going to make me roll my eyes or make anyone roll their eyes. You've got to find the only way to do this that's going to not make people go, oh, for fuck's sake. It's the hardest job in the world. I can't find a way to do it. I put together a presentation. I've got I even called up this old boyfriend who's obsessed with I say obsessed with, no, he is very dedicated to men's spaces.
Right.
But he's not but he's not a terrible guy. He's perfectly fine if, I wouldn't have married him, so that's fine. Good enough. But he's interested in the idea of masculinity and the idea of men's spaces, and so he does these like sweat lodges where men who can't talk about their feelings can talk about their feelings. So we had like a really good conversation about what he thought it meant to be a man, and we ended up in this we were talking basically masculinity and femininity. We talked about it in not in the sense of human beings, but in the sense of masculine and feminine energy in the world,
right?
As in its purest form of where the words come from, where the ideas come from. And I still can't relate it to the fucking brand. It was a very interesting conversation, though.
Interesting conversation, didn't help.
No, do you know what helped me? It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was about the idea of what masculine energy was, according to sort of some of the books he'd read. It's like something like, so if feminine energy is like the sea, where it's constantly moving and doing different things, and it's this kind of holistic whole thing, and masculine energy is the boat on the sea that doesn't have control but still has a purpose. I thought that was kind of interesting. Like, there's no real agenda to it. I just thought it was kind of interesting. I know it's binary, but I thought it was interesting. I'm aware of that, but I thought if we're talking binary, which for the purposes of this we were, I thought it was if you could take it away from people, does it still exist? And it turns out that in terms of language, it does still exist in a point before it was applied to humans. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, that is really interesting.
Yeah.
What we got here? How are your beers, Kirstie?
They're really nice. They're fruity.
What was that? Sorry.
No, I just can't work out why Sam's head is bubbling.
It's because I'm using a virtual background.
Got it. Work it out, man. I'm so not good with tech. I was like, what is happening? That's amazing. It's so alive. It's like, what is it? So it's in the same place, but it's moving.
That's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, Kirstie, how are your beers?
Really nice. Like, if you like fruity beers, I definitely recommend it. And if you like beer, but tell you what, actually, Mondo's really, really good, because when I was on their website, I was looking at other beers they've got, and aside from being an independent brewery, they also have a few that are located with like specific charities. So there's this one which I bought because I quite like a fruity beer, and it's only like, it's like a regular amount of percentage, it's like 4.7%, but they have a stout that is raising money for a charity that focuses on specifically issues faced by people of colour in the UK, and it sounds really nice if you like coffee flavored things, and I'm not a huge fan of coffee flavored things, but I was going to get some anyway until I saw that it was 10%, and I've specifically bought these beers to drink during a live stream, and I'm like, I can't have a 10% stout and still expect it to be a reasonable host of a show.
No, yeah. How long is the stream going to be?
10 hours.
Yeah.
Like, if anyone, okay, actually, tell you what, while people are watching,
after that you'll be 100% alcohol. That's how that works.
Yeah. If
10% beer every hour.
If anyone wants to recommend me some beers that are from like good independent breweries and can get to my house by next Tuesday, and that also are like donating to a charity right now. So I've ordered some that are for LGBT charities. I've ordered some that are for the NHS. Ordered some. This one was obviously Hospitality Action. If anyone's got any other recommendations, like, chuck them my way. I'll drink all the beer eventually, even if I have way too much than I need. And also snacks. Like, I'm gonna need some snacks. Hit me up with your good snacks.
Mark Grimshaw says, get the 10% for election night.
I have specifically chosen not to, and I got this one instead. I'll get the 10% another time probably, because like now I've been thinking about it since I ordered the fruity ones. Mark, I probably will, okay?
Yeah, Mark Grimshaw just said, I want Kirstie to cry about a chicken wing on air again. I feel like I need to know this story. We did a live stream of us playing an RPG for Social Distance Warriors on our Wednesday show, Textual Intercourse, which we've done like 3 times and not managed to maintain very well. But sometimes on a Wednesday we play Textual Intercourse, and I happened to be at my friend's house, so me and my friend were there, but we'd been drinking since like 2 PM. Got on the Zoom call at like 7 o'clock, played the game,
me and my friend had ordered a pizza so that we could like sober up a bit while we were on air, and we ordered wings with the pizza, and like this chicken wing was such like a miserable piece of shit. There was like no chicken on it whatsoever. It was just like bone and barbecue sauce. And I interrupted the whole game, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like holding up to my friend like, what is this miserable excuse for a chicken wing? And I was really distraught over this chicken wing. There were 8 other fucking wings in that box, and I was just mad that this one was pathetic. And I got very upset, and then I forgot it happened. And then the next day on the actual episode, they were like, you fucking cried over a chicken wing, Kirstie.
Oh, I know, your mum fucking.
So that's my emotional state right now. That's how well I'm handling lockdown, really. I'm crying over chicken wings these days.
Can I tell you my chicken wing story?
Yes, please tell me your chicken wing story.
It's really fun.
I have 12 of them here.
I sound like a bit of a knob at the beginning of the story.
Oh, those are the best ones.
I was at this private concert where Jack White was playing, and it was all very fancy and lots of celebrities were there, but I didn't care about any of them because I had spied Julia Davis, who is my comedy idol, and I think she's amazing. And there was chicken wings like as a snack, and I had a plate full of chicken wings, and I sidled over to Julia Davis and I tried to talk to her, but I tipped the entire plate of chicken wings onto her feet, and she was wearing these open-toe satin sandals, and the sauce got all over her, and she was unbelievably nice about it. Yeah, she was just like, don't worry, it happens to everyone. And I was just like, it really doesn't. Most people are much more composed than this. This was horribly embarrassing. But yeah, I still like chicken wings, but it was a really sad moment.
Bitch Lasagna says these chicken wing stories are the best.
You're welcome.
That's the sentence I've always wanted to say.
Watch Social Distance Warriors US election special next Tuesday. I am sure I'll order chicken wings at some point and probably cry over one. I've been back to that place because it's my go-to place. They do like an excellent special and great stuffed crust, but like every single fucking time, like there's been one shit chicken wing, and I've been going to this place for years. They've all been good fat chicken wings until now, and I don't know what's happened.
Did you ever used to go to McDonald's when you were younger?
Yes, I've been to McDonald's.
Like I used to go when I was younger. We used to go as a treat, and we like when we were really young. And sometimes we would get the chicken McNuggets, and you get like a box of 6, and there'd always be 2 dodgy ones, and you'd never know which ones were the dodgy ones, and you just pray you didn't eat the dodgy ones last, so that the last thing that you had was a bad chicken McNuggets. So I would always eat them in halves so that I made sure I had good ones at the end.
I think every McNugget's a dodgy McNugget.
I'm not. That's why I said at the beginning, do you eat a McDonald's? I didn't want to because people are like horrified by McDonald's now.
No. I eat McNuggets a lot.
I'll have the odd fillet of fish. I'm not proud.
I'm not a big McDonald's fan, really. Like I used to go there with my dad used to drive McDonald's lorries, so he'd drop off food at different restaurants, which meant he got free meals in McDonald's.
That is genuinely the best childhood ever.
So it was when I was like 18, so like I'd already moved out, but like whenever he like picked me up, he'd be like, do you want dinner? And I'd be like, are you going to a drive-through McDonald's where they know your face? Is that why you're offering to give me dinner? And he's like, yes. And he'd get us like free McDonald's, which like was fine, but it meant I only ever ate McDonald's when I saw my dad.
Well, I sure hope you had a good relationship, or like, the association's going to be awful. So.
No, it was great. But like now, the only time I eat McDonald's is when I'm at my friend Chris's house, because like we will wake up the morning after drinking for a solid 15 hours, and he'll be like, do you want a box of 20 nuggies for breakfast? And I'll say, yes, Chris, I do. And he'll be like, good, because I just ordered us 2 each. And like that's our morning. Just breakfast nuggies is like, it's awful, but when you're that hungover,
You don't need to sell them to me. I know. I get it.
I'm very pleased to announce that the anti-capitalist comedy night Blizzard is now sponsored by McDonald's.
I was about to say, since talking about McDonald's, our view count has gone up by about 3. So
No one's saying we've done it. We're all just saying we've done it. You know, we've done it. We've all done it.
I used to work in the theatre, and when there was panto, there was this celebrity who I won't name. But every
Can you text me who it is, though?
Sure, it's Kim Woodburn. She won't be
It didn't take long at all.
She was. I don't like her. And
no one even pressured you.
You're not out to be a spy, are you, Sam? Right?
Literally, no one said a word.
Tell them where the money is. No, it's in the safe.
She made me get 4 boxes of chicken McNuggets every single time she had to do a matinee.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so every
like crisps.
Every 3 days, I'd have to go to the Mackies and get them, and the person at Mackies just thought I was ate a lot. Kim Woodburn also make us all stay behind as she went round and made sure the theatre was clean enough. Which is just a shit thing to do.
I mean, that's right. I mean, that's good management, but she's not your manager.
Yeah, really weird, because we were all like drama students, and she was a cleaner, but she was doing the acting, and we were doing the cleaning. We're like,
listen up, because I have no idea who we're talking
about. No, I've not a clue who they are. I want to get on with the show, but Mark Grimshaw has just said, please get Sam to tell their Derek Acora story. So now I need to hear this.
Okay. So the Derek Acora story, he worked at my theatre again, and he made us all turn the lights off backstage because he didn't want to scare off the ghosts, so we couldn't see where we were doing anything. So I was just putting like stuff in the wrong dressing rooms and that. And then before he went on stage, I was chilling backstage and he was about to go on. I just thought, I'll be polite. I went, have a good show, mate. And he went, excuse me, it's not a show, it's an experience. And then,
wait, who said that?
Derek Acora.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sam, can I ask you a question about Derek Acora, please?
Yeah.
Does he actually believe in ghosts? From what you could glean.
From what I could tell, he thought it was genuine. Yeah.
So does he not realise he's got like cold readers work in the audience? Does he not know that's part of his act?
I'm not. Well, I think he
like.
Yeah, you and me are going to have a fight in a minute. Because I don't believe he can see them, but I do believe I can. So.
Oh, that's fine. No. Here's the thing. I'm not saying no one can read ghosts.
But not him.
I'm just saying if you're like, yeah, you've lost someone whose name begins with a P. Like, you don't fucking know what you're doing.
Essentially, by all means, shit on Derek Acora, but please don't shit on ghosts.
I'm not shitting on all ghosts. It's just his act is like definitely someone who can't see a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
Because his spirit guide's called Sam, and every single time he'd go, "Oh, what was that, Sam?" I'd go, "Oh, I didn't say anything." And it 40 times, I'm just pissed myself laughing. And there was one time, and this woman, he was telling this woman, he went, "Oh, have you lost someone recently?" And she went, "Yeah, I have." And then it very quickly transpired that she'd lost her dad. And he went, "Oh, okay, I've got someone called Mary coming through." She's like, "No, it was my dad." And he was like, "Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I forgot." We're like, "You're supposedly talking to the ghost. How have you forgotten that?"
I am also really bad with names. I do get it. I do understand. Poor Derek.
Like, I would have really enjoyed it if, like, her dad's name had been, like, Mark, and he'd been like, "Oh, yeah, no, sorry, the autocue has got a typo in it." Like,
it's just a weird font. It looked like a...
The ghost is talking in a strange font.
Right, Will, back now. Let's get on with the show.
Sorry, but tickled me. So this one talks in Helvetica.
Mark Grimshaw apologises for starting this.
I don't
appreciate your apologies.
Did he? Or did we have it in us all along?
We had it in us all along.
I'm quite glad Mark made us hear that story. I enjoyed it. I love this gossip.
I wouldn't say it's gossip. I think people know he's a knobhead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but not everyone knows why they know he's a knobhead.
Anyway, this next round is This Just In. We're going to be giving the teams the first line of a news story or opinion piece, and they get to carry it on line by line in whatever way they seem fit. Usually we rehearse this game at least once. We've not done that this time, so I'm excited to see how this goes. So,
Too busy with that
start with
banter.
Kirstie, we'll start with your team for the sake of you've done the game before. We'll start with you. We'll go Kirstie, Andrea, Jamie. You just take it one line at a time and then just keep taking it on, follow what the previous person says, and see what happens. Kirstie, your first line is: the local government of Wareham has asked locals to please stop calling the police about a big blobby fish that has been spotted minding its own business in coastal waters.
They've said, we fucking know Boris Johnson's gone for a swim and he's okay to be there.
Me now.
Yep, Andrea, that's you now. Yep.
Okay. You threw Johnson in there. Yeah, the problem is the river's really polluted, so it's very, very difficult to distinguish what needs to be taken out and recycled and what needs to just disintegrate and die.
And
thank you. How dare you?
Is it me now?
Yeah, it's you now. Yep.
And while he's swimming, he could see a school of fish and think, I better take their meals away.
Oh, very good.
This nicely ties in the Tories' current approach to children on land with their Brexit issue of fishermen and all of that. Yeah, that works somehow. I don't know if anyone cares about the fishing story anymore. It was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, there's also
it made sense in my head
that I know it and somehow can continue on. Which is a bold assumption. I can't, man. I got nothing. I don't know what the fishing story is. Just quickly tell me what he did.
So basically Nigel Farage made a big deal about Europe being dicks about English fishermen being able to fish where they want, and then it turns out he hadn't brought it up in European Parliament so much as once, despite it being like key for Brexit, and the Tories don't give a shit. And then Hugh Fearnley-Whittinstall, who's a chef, went and asked European Parliament to change the rules, and they were like, oh yeah, sorry, we didn't realise it bothered you so much, change the rules. And everyone was like, Nigel Farage, why are you still going on about this? And that's how Brexit happened. Like, that's a very simplified version.
I mean, sure. I don't even remember the beginning of the headline that we had to carry on now.
So Boris Johnson's going for a swim.
Oh yeah,
stealing the fishies' dinners as well as the people dinners.
Yeah,
and this is actually a full circle loop back to them never giving a shit about the fish in the channel. That's what I was going for. I'm glad you made me explain that, because it makes more sense now I have.
Sure it does to you.
Yes.
Jonny, I can't follow that on any level. I'm sorry.
Go off on a tangent then. You're all good.
Know. I do jokes about my personal life.
Do you have any personal life stories about some fish losing their dinner?
Well, I mean, look, we all love a fillet of fish. But no, we don't. I got nothing.
That's right.
Really sorry. I so wanted to come up with something, but all I can think of is just like how terrible it actually is, and I've got nothing. I'm sorry.
That is literally the problem with doing this show every month.
I know, but then
you try and think of things that are funny. You're like, no, I'd rather cry.
No, you threw in Boris Johnson, and all of a sudden I've just got this picture of this giant fish Johnson, like bobbing along in the river, and I'm thinking, well, I'd fucking kill that thing. Like, I'm not killing him, but like fish version, sure. Then I'd pop a fillet of fish, but that'd be capitalism. I'm very stressed out.
And now back to Jonny with the weather.
Very stressed by the whole thing. Don't say Boris Johnson again.
I won't be saying Boris.
I can't have it. No, I mean, obviously, say what you like. We're all autonomous.
Don't worry, I get very stressed when people bring up Boris Johnson as well.
Jamie, can you follow that?
No. This is a simple.
Okay, we'll leave that one there. Thank you very much.
I don't know that I got all the points there. Sorry.
To be fair, the first round was really good, but it just tailed off after Kirstie said something else.
I just wasn't expecting it. It got very visual. Sorry.
That's fine. We'll move on to Tom's team. We'll see how it goes there. Right, Tom.
Boris Johnson washing up on shore, though. Like Fish Johnson.
That's the only way I ever want to see Boris Johnson again. If he's just washed up on a shore.
I have some bad news for you.
Like his blowhole full of sand and litter. Throttled by a 6-pack holder. I'm really sorry. That's like both graphic and awful, but I'm actually not.
Right, Tom, your headline. So we'll go Tom, Sam, then Ryan. Round. Tom, your first line is: NASA will hold a major event to announce an exciting new discovery about the moon. It has said.
Turns out there's aliens on there or something. Oh, you getting, Sam?
The official NASA report.
And then some mads say they worked out that the aliens are actually better leaders than a certain prime minister I'm not going to bring up in case it derails the game again.
John Major.
Boris Johnson is the alien version of a man who I won't name.
The man who shall not be named finds out there's some alien rivals and decides to steal all their moon food.
So he steals the moon food, but he won't give it to the moon people. He won't even give it to the Mars people. He's giving it to the Earth people, who it doesn't belong to, but they are unfortunately the 1%, so therefore get all the moon food from those poor, starving moon alien children, the poor little fuckers. Anyway, now back to Jonny with the weather.
I'm going to give the points to Kirstie's team just because they don't keep trying to finish the story by doing, and also Jamie's School of Fish joke was possibly the best thing I've ever heard. So, points go to Kirstie's team for that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Boris Johnson's name so fucking much.
I told you we could for the man. I said it. We're going to do great.
So at the end of that round, Kirstie's team are on 8 and Tom's team is still on 3. The next round is Gammon Fishing. This is one where we have scoured the internet for some white men who are pissed off about stuff. Well, to be fair, I don't think they're both men in this particular case. I can't remember. But people who are angry, white people angry about stuff that they don't understand. We've taken some comments to them and we've swapped out all the nouns for different nouns to make gibberish, and it's the team's job to work out what the person is angry about. So we're going to start with Kirstie's team. I have lost my document. There we are. So, Kirstie, your comment is on the screen now. It is: I am delighted our lock busts have bounced back off so much after lockdown they are able to give away football for free. And very much Horizon, they will not be seeking any further grace support. I would like to ex-serviceman, my graveyard concertmaster, at the Navy of News on this situation and the levy of incendiary that has been posted on here in recent time servers. I do not get free lunges or dips in Westminster. I take my own packed lunge as I did when I taught. What do you think this person's mad about?
All right, so I know this. Do you want to make some jokes before we get the points?
You know so much more than I do.
I've been very angry about this one cunt for most of the week. This was nearly my Dickhead of the Month. I'm glad it wasn't.
I'm delighted.
Well, see, our have means it's something in the plural, so it might be...
So would you like to know what I think it is?
You are assuming that angry white men have proper grammar.
This is a man. No. If I was going to say, if I'm right, this is angry white lady.
I mean, I was going to say you're correct, but I mean, it is an angry white lady, but it may not be the same one you're thinking of. It probably is, though.
Okay, so is this the MP who posted in a Facebook group saying, "I'm delighted our local businesses have bounced back so much after lockdown, they're able to give away food for free, and very much hope they will not be seeking any further government support," and went on to... Yeah, was saying that because all of these like fish and chip shops and pubs that have been struggling can afford to give starving children food for free and or discounted, that they just need to stop complaining about not getting government support while it's lockdown and they don't have business as usual.
You know what? I got it so wrong. I just assumed it was all about Jews. So
that's my favourite sequel to All About Eve.
Yeah. I was going in such a different direction.
That's pretty much. Hang on, I'll give you. Yep.
Who is this woman?
Is
she an MP for Devon? North Devon?
North Devon, I think. Yeah, I can't remember her name. But yeah. And then she's posted in like a Facebook group of North Devon constituents. Yeah, all this is like a quarter of the entire thing, but I couldn't be bothered to put the whole thing in. I feel like that would take too long.
Then didn't she do a thing where she was like, "Oh, the portrayal of my comments were out of context"?
Yeah, even though it was literal screenshots.
It was a screenshot of the entire thing, and it's like, that's not out of context. That's all of the context that there is. Yeah. And she was like, "Oh no, it was taken out of context. That's not what I said." Like, and she's like the 5th fucking Tory MP who was like, "You're taking my words out of context by printing them exactly as I published them."
Maybe they were all just doing impressions of what we think they say.
Post satire, yeah. Just.
Like
they'd all just seen the new Borat movie and they were just like putting on these personas to expose the worst in their constituents.
I'm gonna take a minute to not be funny because I'm actually, this is a thing I'm very personally angry about if you've been looking at my Twitter and or Facebook recently. But I've just added a link to the description that is, if you know of anyone that needs food for their starving children right now, I'm adding a live map of all of the businesses that are currently providing meals. And that will be there in now. So if you look in the description, there is now a link with a live map to every business in the country that is giving away meals to school children who aren't getting them over the holidays. If you want to give that a share with anyone who you think might need it.
Yep. That's really
put it in the chat as well.
Absolutely, really good cause. Definitely do that. We will schedule some social media stuff to go out about that as well. But yeah, please do spread that around and donate to any local ones if you can. Right, Thom, your gammon for this evening is Marmalade My Wokens. If Joe Biden loses, he will organisation BLM, Antifa, and woke trans adders to the mushroom chimneys in MAGA hats and linguist up their skyscrapers at the bas relief of Washington Mooring. You've got a bit of a shorter one here. What do you think's happening here?
All right.
I don't believe you've changed any of the nouns in that, and I think it's just a Trump tweet.
Well, if you, with the risk of spoiling, if you tune into the election stream, we are going to have a special game of this that is purely Trump tweets. So,
oh god. So I'm thinking, mark my words, definitely.
Yep.
Because that's how angry white men start things.
That is, yep.
With a mark. So Mark Grimshaw, my words. If Joe Biden loses, he will organize BLM, Antifa, and woke trans activists to march on in MAGA hats, and then I lose it.
I lost it from the beginning, so well done.
You were correct up until trans activists. That's right. The next words were wrong, though.
Oh,
it's a lot more melodramatic than march on.
Murder children.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, the other MC. You know, you've got the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you've got March Change, and you've got Murdering Children. To murder children by hats.
Yep.
Is it light up their...
Not light up, no.
Line?
Line, yep.
Line up their sepsies at the big ranch of Washington Marmoset.
You're so close. Just those last three were slightly off. If you get the last three, you can have 2 points.
Manhattan line up their...
Sorry, Tom, you're on your own, because I'm still quite confused.
That was all right. Sam, any ideas?
I just looked at what a noun was.
No, the tool I lose is not 100% with what is and isn't a noun.
So, I mean, it's obviously like an angry comment where, if Biden wins, there'll be anarchy and everything will be horrible, even though everything's currently horrible.
Well, this one's actually saying if Biden loses... He will organise a revolution. Oh. And it's like, I really wish the Biden that the far right think we have actually existed. Because this
great.
Yeah. Imagine if Biden actually cared enough to like if Biden loses the election, he'll just be like, "Oh well," and then leave it. Like he's not gonna.
Is it and line up their soldiers?
No.
Is it
guns?
What was that?
Scum.
Oh.
Nope, it is not that.
Does it start with "mark my words"?
It does start with "mark my words." Correct.
That's where I am.
Shits. Does it line up their shits?
No, I don't think you're going to get this. So the last bit is
lick up there.
I said skulls.
Skulls, yes, skulls.
I did.
Who said skulls?
Don't give them the points. You're on my team.
I just wanted to say it. Skulls.
Is Windward
a bunch of times.
Is Windward line?
Is what?
Windward line, or is it
line? So yeah, we've changed now. So yeah, the full thing is, mark my words, if Joe Biden loses, he will order BLM, Antifa, and woke trans activists, not trans adders, unfortunately, to murder children. I would get fucking trans snakes to murder. No, I won't. That sentence is taken out of context. Just ask the trailer. I wish trans snakes would murder children, and then I'll just be like on that. What's the name of that guy who thinks like the frogs are gay? Or
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Yeah, it's gonna.
I've watched so many videos of him.
I just love the idea that Joe Biden could tell BLM to do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate,
well, Joe Biden is the king of black people, as he said earlier in his campaign.
But still, he's really old.
Yeah. Yeah.
As kings tend to be.
I like how these people assume that. I mean, obviously, like BLM and Antifa are not organizations. There's just the common set of morals and that. So and the idea that like these people have even spoken to anyone who identifies with either of these movements, because if they had one sentence of conversation with them, they would have known, oh, these people don't like Biden that much. But no, they're just like convinced that like Biden is basically Karl Marx to this point.
Sorry, Johnny, I don't know if we did finish this or if I just didn't hear it, but is the last of this like stalls at the base of the Washington Monument?
It is, but you don't get the point for that.
No, I know I don't. But that what? It's not fucking.
That sounds like America's going to be Mad Max, and I'm fucking here for it. like America's like just a sad shithole right now. But if it was like a Mad Max shithole, it'd be a cool one with them guitars that are also flamethrowers.
How bad must it be over there that even we can be like, well, their country's shit?
oh yeah, America is like the only reason England is not like the world's toilet. Like,
I'm not sure where you're looking, but I don't think we're doing that much better.
No, we're not. We're not. But like, we are like the bottom rung, but like America's on the floor, and people who are like, oh, but we could be America. It's like, yeah, but that's a really low fucking bar. Like, getting over it. Like, you don't even have to like take your foot off the ground. Like, it's like a little bump in the pavement that you don't notice is there. Being able to get over it is not an achievement. It's something a toddler can do. And I'm so sad. We did it. We didn't trip over a bump.
Like my cat the other day, This is going somewhere, I promise.
It's fine. Talk about cats; they're happier.
Yeah, no, my cat had a shit, but missed the bowl and landed on a slug. So the UK is the shit, and the US is the slug that's just been shat on.
Yeah.
And the EU is the cat that's doing the shitting.
Yeah.
And the woman swallowed a fly.
But like in that analogy, Jonny, we as the shit could have chosen to be like the nutrients that nourished the cat, and we were like, no, we need to be the waste, and we chose, instead of like nourishing the cat and keeping it alive, to be excrement. That was our choice.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. Right.
That's where that metaphor goes.
At the end of that round, Kirstie's team are on 10 points and Thom's team are on 4.
Oh.
So,
I like that.
So well.
Good.
Did you find out whose quote that was?
What was that, sorry?
Whose quote was that?
Who's quite? I don't think it was anyone important. It was just some Trump supporter or troll. It wasn't anyone.
Yeah, definitely not anyone important.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't Trump himself. I'll say that much. Right. So next round is Dickhead of the Month. This is a round where each of our contestants gets to nominate their choice for Dickhead of the Month, and they have a minute. What was that, Sam? Did you say something? That's that cool. Yeah, so they have a minute to make their case for who they think should be Dickhead of the Month, and then once we've heard all of them, I will make a decision based on who I think should be crowned the Dickhead of the Month, the coveted achievement. So we're going to start with Andrea. Who is your Dickhead of the Month?
I'm going to need a minute because I've got a lot of people that are contesting.
That's fine. Well, we'll come back to you. Start with Jamie. Are you ready to go?
Yeah. My Dickhead of the Month. Now, I shouldn't actually name him, right? Because it's a comedian, if that's all right. But I've never met him before. But I was at a gig the other day, and he told us about 3 times in the I say green room. It was just outside the ladies' toilets. It was, sounds like he kept telling us how he was famous, right? And then he went on stage. He did one of the worst sets I've ever seen a comedian do. And he started getting angry at the audience and going, I don't need you guys. Do you know why? Because I've got money in the bank. You know how much money I've got in my bank account? £1,000. He literally said that. And that's not why I think he's a dick, right? The reason, because I posted that on Facebook, they said such an obnoxious thing. It got more likes than every single music video or joke I've ever posted. Shit comedian. That's what people want to hear. So I hate him.
Wonderful. You've got 10 more seconds if you've got anything you want to add.
I hate him.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I'm going to be wondering who that is for the rest of the stream.
I wish Sam was telling that story, because Sam would have gave away the name straight away.
I know, in my head, it sounds like an Andrew Marsh character. I'm not going to lie.
As soon as I heard the word money in the band, we were just like, oh shit, was it us?
Yep, I could totally imagine Balthazar Dark saying that. Right, thank you, Jamie. Kirstie, you're up next. Who is your Dickhead of the Month?
Okay, so with all of the people that have been thoroughbred dickheads this month, my Dickhead of the Month is this like boomer I was on a training course with about 3 years ago. I don't know why I've been thinking about him a fair bit, just because he said something so obnoxious I can't, like, it's been with me the whole time. So we're having a conversation about business because it was a course I was on for work, and he straight up turned to my face and said that my generation was killing the high street, because when he was young they used to love making a Saturday of going to the high street and like doing stuff, and the place would thrive. And I told him, like, truthfully at the time, that I was paying £800 a month to live in one room, and what enjoyment did he think I would get out of going to a bunch of crowded shops, looking at things I wanted but couldn't afford, and then just like getting in everyone's way and still not giving money to the shops? And he fully just went, oh, I've never stopped to think about it like that. Like, this wanky old boomer genuinely thought that like my generation was like out there murdering innocent industries because we were vindictive bastards rather than because the market hadn't evolved to meet our needs like a capitalist would say it should. And I'm still fucking mad that he said that to my face with all that ignorance and still thought I was going to understand his point of view. And also that happened that happened like 3 years ago. And at the age of 24, I didn't have the stones to just tell him what a cunt he was. Also because it was a course that was happening in my workplace. I didn't want to get in trouble. So I'm saying it here instead. That
Wonderful.
Cunt. Put it in the burn book.
Lovely.
Yeah, I wish I knew his name. He definitely gave me his business card. He was one of those cunts that carries business cards.
Sam might know his name. We'll ask them. Right, Ryan, you're up next. Who's your Dickhead of the Month?
My Dickhead of the Month is the guy who comments on famous people's statuses saying, stick to your own job and keep out of politics. So we know what they look like. They barely have a profile picture and they have flags next to their name. And by straight away, that went with them going, stick to your own job, they're a hypocrite, because unless their job is a tweet critic, then they're not sticking to their own job. So for example, with the Marcus Rashford thing, him posting things, the places you can get food, he says, this person goes, stick to your own job of playing football instead of politics. If I was Rashford, I would have gone, well, stick to your own job of photocopying shit and keep out of politics. The only people, I'm getting quite angry about this guy.
That's the point.
The only people that are allowed to say, well, you should be allowed to say, stick to your own job in that person's world are politicians. Because they're the only ones in his world are allowed to speak about politics. Right, that's me. Done.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, it's weird how it happens a lot on bands' Facebooks who have always been. It's happened on like Rage Against the Machine, System of a Down's band page. Like, have you not listened to any of their music? They've always been. There's fucking someone did it on one of Chuck D's posts. The guy from Public Enemy, who's like one of the fucking like biggest names of political hip hop. But it's just like, stick to music. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you on about? But I do like that it means that right-wing people can't enjoy any music, so I'm happy. Like they've got Screwdriver and they've got Burzum, that's it.
Hey, they have Pantera.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah. Yeah, but I was going to make a joke about Dimebag being dead, but I've decided not to. But I have reminded everyone, so you're welcome.
They have Johnny Rotten now, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah, he was seen wearing a Trump t-shirt.
Yeah, but yeah.
Like imagine. I mean, like.
So I mean, just a boy band though. It's like they auditioned and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like whole country was completely auditioned.
Like it on the one hand, it's like you kind of always got the vibe he was going to grow up to be a cunt. He was always a bit of a poser. But you kind of wanted to be proven wrong.
Well, his name's literally Johnny Rotten.
It's actually John Lyon.
That's one thing you don't want in life is a rotten Johnny. So that's exactly.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much, Ryan. Who should we go with next? Let's go with Sam. Who's your Dickhead of the Month?
Well, my Dickhead of the Month is going to be Derek Okora.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, Mark.
Yeah, my Dickhead of the Month is now Mark Grimshaw. No.
Fair.
I think because I've been trying to think of someone new, and I think it's gonna have to be me because I've done something that I can't forgive myself for. My friend isn't into music, and I'm quite into music, and he was talking to a girl on Tinder, who he was pretending he was like into music, and he messaged me going, "I need like a band that I can like not mainstream enough that I look like." I know what, like, I look like I've just picked one that everyone knows.
And what did you do to him?
Well, I told him.
Did you say the Beatles?
What did you do?
I said, tell her that you like Viola Beach, and then I've got 2 tickets to see them. I will give you these tickets, and you can go to the concert. So he said that, and she blocked him because Viola Beach died in a car crash in Sweden in 2014.
Fucking hell.
That's so evil.
Damn, I love you.
That is fucking brilliant.
That is some chaotic evil stuff.
It's like a massively tragic death, and you just reminded her of him because she's like a big fan as well, apparently.
Oh,
Damn, you evil genius.
That is the evil genius stuff right there.
that is a very strong contender. Right.
Can I just say though, Sam's nominated themselves for Dickhead of the Month when they're clearly very proud of having done that.
That's why you're a dickhead.
I'm very pleased with
But
that.
every now and then I'm like, that was a really shit thing to do.
Yeah, but with such a smile.
But that's what makes Sam a dickhead. It's a correct accusation.
I'm a very self-aware dickhead.
I think the dickhead should be the person who didn't Google that before they went ahead and just offered someone these tickets.
Yeah,
Like,
He's actually
you
watching this. Andrew, Google it.
Right. Tom, who's your dickhead?
So my dickhead of the month is a risky one. My dickhead of the month is my drug dealer.
He doesn't watch you on stuff, don't worry about it.
It's a simple reason, right? So I was watching the news and I was delighted to be told by Conservative MP Ben Bradley that we are now able to pay for our drugs using food. And I didn't really question it because you hear that and you think to yourself, yeah, I probably saw that on an episode of Skins. Sounds about right. So I'm delighted. I'm going to the car to pick up. I've got myself like a bag of pork scratchings because my next door neighbour, her brother's a drug dealer, and he knows people who supply the drugs, and the going price for a bag of Molly is gram for gram pork scratching dust. So I'm there with my pork scratchings, bag of Haribo to sweeten the deal.
No.
And he won't take it. He won't take my hard-earned drug food. And now I'm starting to think that if Conservative MP Ben Bradley is lying about that, then what else could the government be lying about?
Oh, so it took me like a few seconds after everyone else realised what you were doing till I got it. Oh, fucking deep.
In your defence, Jonny, Tom told me this was what he was doing yesterday. This is the most prepared he's ever been.
I just really wanted an excuse to do that sweeten the deal joke, even though it's awful. It's like, it doesn't fit into any sort of comedy that I do, so it's just like, I'm putting it in.
If I'd known you were going to do that, I would have discouraged you from doing this bit.
Oh, fucking brilliant. And Andrea, it's you now. Have you settled on the dickhead of the month?
Yes, I have.
Fantastic. Take it away.
My dickhead of the month is... It's people who have an opinion on how one should conduct oneself in the pandemic. And it's not so much the opinion that they have, which I disagree with, but it's like how angrily they constantly express it. Like, people don't just not wear masks. They angrily not wear masks. They furiously not wear masks, and they're so angry at you for your idiot shit. And you're like, you could just not wear it. We're in Britain. Nobody's going to challenge you. Like, nobody ever does. And I just want to turn around and say, it's not the mask. What's really the problem? It's not the mask, man. It's not. You know, it's not the vaccine. It's something else, and we can talk about it, and that's cool. But I really don't like being yelled at for something that isn't the thing that you're yelling about, and that is my dickhead of the month.
Absolutely, yeah. I know exactly the type of people you mean. That is very accurate. Wonderful. I think I've.
And that's cool.
Who was that?
Oh, it's like a feedback thing.
I think I've got to go for Tom for the points of that one. That was yes! Really clever. And I'm going to give the runner-up points to Sam. And you're both on the same team, so 4 points to your team.
Well done, guys.
Wonderful stuff. Kirstie's team is the lead with 10 points, but Tom's team is approaching with 8, so still everything to play for in the last 2 rounds. We're going to have...
you've done there. You've completely added jeopardy on purpose.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
As someone who's played this game before, all the points are in the last round. Okay, don't worry about it. Like genuinely, Thom was 10 points behind and still won a couple of episodes ago because he got the people who do the one-liners. So
I am not your girl.
Okay, well, don't tell me that now. Tell me that when Johnny's picked a team, so I can complain in the chat.
I can tell you right now that this is going to go very poorly for us. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's. I mean, that's fair because I'm also bad at the last round.
It's like the torch in the hair, and we're gonna fuck you up with our shells.
Right, we're going to have another break now for about 10 minutes before we get onto the great debate. The subject for the debate this week is going to be whether we should be feeding children or not. That's a debate that's happening apparently.
I've read some Swift, so I've got it, man.
Oh, I'm pleased that I got that reference. I remember studying that in year 9. I can't remember, but yeah, I understood a reference.
Trouble for my interpretation, I can tell you that much. But anyway,
wonderful. Yes, so just a reminder to people in the chat that if you have any questions for the panel at any point during the next round, feel free to add them to the chat, and I will pose them to the characters. So we'll see you all in 10 minutes, and I'll be here chatting shit in the meantime.
Are we 15 minutes ahead?
We're doing really well.
Fuck.
I'm just going to go.
Either that or I fucked up my maths when I was calculating and then just allowed for extra time, which
is possible.
Yeah.
Given we started late as well because Thom was making a cup of tea.
Yeah. Making a cup of tea. I was taking.
Thom rocked up with some self-awareness and didn't waffle today.
I never waffle. What are you on about?
Anyway,
right now,
some of these comments. Fucking hell, a lot of activity's been going on in the chat here. Jonathan Moore's just said Tim Farron, and I'm not sure why.
Is he still relevant?
I don't think so. I mean, it was after Vicky Stell said not only, in quotations, not only will we not help, anyone who does help won't be eligible for help themselves, is one of the most terrifying ideas to have floating around right now. And then Jonathan Morse just said Tim Farron, so I don't know if he said something along those lines. I don't know if Jonathan Moore's currently listening to this question, if you could explain your comment. I've been really interested to know. There we are. Oh, Tim Farron was the other gay frogs guy. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
It's always good when you're so engaged with your viewers, you've got to check time codes to see what they're talking about.
Yeah. Andrew Taylor says America is the world's toilet and we are the world's we are the world's bidet or bidet. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Oh, that sounds nice. B-Day, by the way.
B-Day. I was going to read it as Biden, to be honest, but that's a whole different meaning.
Oh, you don't want him blowing water up your bum, do you?
Tom Vicky Styles says, "Oh, I have snorted some wine during the drug deal story." Oh, that's nice. Well done for that. Victoria Bliss said she loved that sweeten the deal joke. Have a Haribo.
I can't. It's not vegan.
Do you? I was going to say, yeah.
That's why I was giving away to my drug dealer.
I think, is it M&S's own like Haribo stuff is vegan?
Some of it's not. The issue with a lot of like vegan stuff is even though it's actually a bit cheaper to make because you're not using as much chemical stuff, it is very expensive and usually in small amounts. Like I can't get a family-sized bag of vegan gummy bears, and it hurts me to my very soul because I might be 30 years old, but I love me some fucking gummy bears.
I've been vegan for health reasons, and then got fucked over because Oreos are vegan, and they were sent to my diet anyway. So I'm still as unhealthy as I was before.
Well, no. What do you? I bake. I do nothing in my spare time but bake. So instead of preparing for shows like this, apparently. So it's like I'm the least healthy vegan ever because it's my joy in life to like make foods that shouldn't be vegan. It's like I've been spending the last year trying to figure out shoe pastry. If anyone in the comments knows how to do vegan shoe pastry, please for the love of fucking God let me know. It's becoming my Moby Dick.
I remember you telling me you were going to figure that out like a year ago.
I know, and I've not yet. It's because the main binding agent is egg yolk, and you can usually get that with flax, but it's a little bit bitty, and you don't want bitty shoe pastry, so you don't have any.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I was going to say, can I just say it's really weird watching you eat and the background just kind of flickering in and out. It's. That's all right. You can do it. It looks really surreal because the background's kind of just sort of like engorging in your mouth and then disappearing again. It's really, really off-putting. How is Trixie doing? She enjoying the show?
She's sitting very still.
Loves it. She's sitting very still.
Yeah. For someone who's missing a shoulder as well, she seems very unbothered.
Sam, have you seen the Trixie Mattel documentary?
I have. I love it so much.
I am really on the fence about it because while I really enjoyed it, she doesn't come off great in it.
She doesn't.
Well, but also that makes it very real. So
yeah, I think she comes off well because she how she does the whole Katya thing. I just think shows she's a great person.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I will just defend her with, and like she could support Trump and be like, well.
Are there any MAGA Rue girls? There's got to be some.
I mean,
RuPaul.
RuPaul, who has like a lot of money invested in fracking.
No, Rue is very. I thought Rue was anti-Trump.
I mean, okay, but he's also very pro-fracking.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not, right. Rue's not a good person.
It's the most problematic part of that show.
Oh yeah, like I'm sorry, RuPaul's Drag Race Canada. Fucking great because it doesn't got RuPaul in it.
I loved it so much.
Like,
I went to go see Lemon on my birthday, and then it's just been postponed.
Who are we seeing on my birthday?
Jackie Cox and Landon Cider. I've got Thom tickets to Jackie Cox for his birthday next year, and he's like going to come down to London. We're going to like go see them, and it's like, I swear to God, if the world is not back to some kind of normal by next February and we have to cancel this, especially given my birthday present to Thom this year was Manchester Punk Festival tickets, which got cancelled. Like, if I have to cancel 2 of Tom's birthdays in a row, I mean, I'm not going to come off looking very good, am I?
Yeah, but I know it's not you that's cancelling my birthday.
Yeah, I invented the coronavirus, so I didn't have to get you a present, but I still got the cred of saying I've bought you a birthday present.
Oh, it's coronavirus. Is that what we're at now?
I've not spoken to my dad since I was 7, but he rang me the other day and was like, look, I know you turn 18 in October. I was like, I turned 21 in November. And he was like, are you still into drama? I was like, yeah, I am. And he went, right, you and me will go to the theatre together. I was like, you were abusive and I've not seen you for coming on 14 years. I don't know, do you have to come? And he went, yeah, we have to go together or we're not going at all. So he went, what do you want to see? And I went, all right, can I go see Trixie Mattel? And he went, what's that? And I said, oh, it's a drag queen. And he went, is that a man in a dress? I said, yeah. And he went, I'm not seeing that gay shit. You can go by yourself, and hung up the phone.
Did he still get you the tickets though? Because that's kind of what you wanted.
He's got me the ticket. So nice. I get to go see Trixie.
I got my dad, and I got my brother and my sister as well, so we go as like a family day out. I got my dad tickets to the Book of Mormon musical a couple of years back for Christmas, because my dad's one of those like middle-aged men who doesn't like things. His house is already full of shit, and he doesn't like things. He'll be like, oh, that was thoughtful, and then like I bought him a Billy Connolly CD for his DVD for his birthday one year, and he was like, oh, I really wanted to see this show. Still in the fucking plastic wrapping 5 years later, right? So I was like, right, we'll get him tickets to something, and it's a day out for all of us, and he will spend time with us, because like that's his favorite thing, spending time with us. His other favorite thing is golf, and my sister bought him like a pass to like all of the best golf courses in the country, and he did not use it. It expired in a year and he didn't go to one, so we bought him Book of Mormon tickets. My brother and sister got the same Christmas present, so we were arranging it together, so he had to come with us, and he spent the whole time, I don't like musicals. You can't tell what's going on because they tell the story in the song. I'm like, Dad, you are a musician, you play the guitar, your favorite thing is music, you love telling stories through songs, shut the fuck up. It's South Park and songs, your favorite fucking things, shut up. Spent the whole trip there, don't like musicals, I'm not going to enjoy this. And afterwards he was like, that was great, I loved it, when can we go again? Stupid old fuck. Like, I love my dad, but he complains like a bitch.
Wait, so his problem with musicals is that you don't know what's going on because they explain everything?
No, he says you can't follow them because if all of the narrative happens in the song, if you're just like enjoying this tune and not like paying attention to the words, you don't know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, but they usually like immediately reiterate it. And it's like, my dad loves South Park. my dad is a musician, and like my dad goes on for fucking ages about how good Starlight Express is, and he's like, I don't like all the I don't like all the glittery stuff, but I love the technicality of the stage. And it's like, Dad, just say you like the musical, okay? It's fine.
No, that's point. Starlight Express, the musical, is garbage, but as a piece of stagecraft, it's wonderful.
That's like my dad's whole point.
Tom, we've had a comment in the chat saying try aquafaba. It's the watery stuff you get in a can of chickpeas.
It doesn't work when it's too light to bind to chew pastry, because that's why you use the yolk. Aquafaba replicates your that for your airy, fluffy peaks, but you need like a proper stodgy binding agent to chew.
Yeah, that makes sense. Victoria Blizzle said she'll get you vegan gummies for whenever she next sees you in person. So, sorry, I was talking over someone.
I just said that Tom should have his own cooking show instead of James May.
We've been saying, when did we do that fundraiser? Back in like May. We've been saying we're going to do Cooking with Tom, and he's not done one video yet. He's like, I'll be able to do like one a week.
Very stressed.
I'm aware of this, which is why I don't bring it up often. But when everyone's like, let's do a cooking show with Tom, I'll be like, excuse me, we've been planning a cooking show with Tom.
No, we can
6 months, and it just hasn't fucking happened.
I am doing
live stream. Donald Trump cake.
I am baking a cake in the shape of Donald Trump's head and doing a map of America in all its individual states in biscuit form with live icing. And to be honest, I'm probably going to make a few bakes in between just to kill the time.
Tom sent me
and delicious.
Tom sent me a picture of a bunch of like spooky Halloween cooking equipment. Like, let's do this for Halloween. I'll teach you how to bake stuff and we'll do it as a live stream. And now it's like a week until Halloween and we're like recording shit for Halloween or US election.
Never chased me up on it, did you? Never said, hey, how about you teach me how to bake?
I've been busy, right?
Oh, really?
Feeding hungry babies and planning all of our other live streams.
I've been busy teaching hungry babies.
Hungry babies who take bites out of you.
Yes, they do. That's how hungry they are.
Speaking of hungry babies, let's get on with the show.
You don't really have to reach you doing hungry hippos, but it's a fun game.
Right, so this next round is the great debate. All of our guests will be taking on the roles of some different public figures or other things. I'm trying to think of a fancy way to say roles, but they're just going to be taking on roles. Could have ended it there. And we're going to be discussing the issue of the free school meals and the feeding of children so they don't die. So all of the roles should be coming up on the screen right about now. So we have got Jamie, who is going to be playing Boris Johnson. I'm so sorry. Kirstie, who is playing an upper middle class mother who resents her taxes being used for poor people to eat. Ryan is going to be playing Marcus Rashford. Sam is going to be playing a child who sells multi-pack snacks separately during break time. Tom is going to be what was the gender neutral?
Lunchtime supervisor.
Lunchtime supervisor, that's the one. And then Andrea is going to be playing a disappointing, half-eaten, abandoned packed lunch. So thank you all for joining us here. Oh, and by the way, if you have any questions at any point for any of the panel, please do feel free to put them in the chat, and we will try and get around to as many of them as possible. So thank you all for joining us today. We're going to be discussing what the government should be doing in order to ensure that children don't starve, whether it is right that government do provide aid for children during the school holidays in a time of national crisis. So we're going to start with you, Jamie. So what do you think about this entire situation? What do you think we should be doing to help the kids not starve?
Why would you want to do that?
Why would you want to help the kids not starve?
Yeah, they just need to get a job.
They just need to get a job.
3:15. When do I start being Boris Johnson, by the way?
In your own time. Well, okay, so you think that kids should just be getting jobs during the school holidays so they can continue to eat? Is that what you're saying?
My nanny had a paper round.
Absolutely.
That's probably true as well, isn't it?
No, yeah, that's fair. Are you aware of the state of the job market right now in the middle of a global pandemic?
You'll have to speak to my mate Rishi about that. I'm not 100% sure. Aren't we doing something like giving them like 50% if they ask nicely and they're from the south? I can't quite remember.
Wonderful. Yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have got Dominic Cummings or Rishi Sunak on the show, but thank you for your contribution, Boris. Let's move on to Ryan now. Mr. Marcus Rashford. Do you have any counterpoints to anything that the right that prick was saying?
I wrote a song, but I can't sing, so forgive me.
That's fine.
It's more of a rap, and it gets quite Hamilton-y.
That's fine. Yeah.
Right, I'm Marcus Rashford. I'm taking down the government, bitch. I'm young, poverty and talented. I've come here to eat the rich. Boris can suck it, Matt Hancock too, because I'm doing more for children than any one of you. You gave me an MBE, thought it was enough for me. Look, I ain't going down quietly because I'm Marcus Rashford. I'm taking down the government, bitch. I'm young, from poverty and talented, and I've come here to eat the rich. I'm giving children food. You don't seem in the mood. Rude. You're misconstrued because you're the government, dude. I don't mean to start a feud, but I'm doing more for children, I do conclude. Bam! Done.
Wonderful. That is possibly the most effort anyone's put into this stupid game. Thank you.
Cheers for getting us the points right.
Excuse me, I dressed up as Wreck-It Ralph.
Did you rap?
Dang.
No, like weeks ago.
Wonderful stuff, Ryan. I'm sure we'll come back to you on some of those points in a little bit. I was going to give some of the other panelists some time to speak as well. So, Thom, you are someone who works around hungry children a lot. Have you felt the impact from these new government announcements that they are not going to be continuing this scheme to feed, to give kids who need them free school meals until Easter? How has that impacted your job? And
you can tell that the children are definitely hungry because they are, in fact, actually eating school meals now. It's like you don't know the true look of hunger until you see a child eat a cube of gelatinous custard. But that is how it is, just with a knife and fork as well. It's very unnerving. But no, of course the children should be fed, but only if I am feeding them, as are my colleagues, because we also are drastically underpaid and being affected by this. So please give us money too, because we also have starving children and they don't let us steal from the canteen anymore. The cubes of custard melt in your pocket, that's the main problem. So they just kind of like seep out throughout the day and they cotton on.
But see, Thom, some have argued that because you are taking the time to feed hungry children, that should mean that you actually don't need any help in your role or in your job security. What would you say to that?
Well, that's fucking stupid, isn't it? It's just not a conclusive. Like, who here like does their job and it's just like, yeah, no, I love this job. I can do it alone. My favourite thing about working, the complete solidarity of it all. No, it's all built, it's all in collaboration, and that goes with lunchtime supervising as well. So it's teamwork, but too many cuts do spoil the broth. So not too much teamwork.
Not too much teamwork. Thank you very much for your contribution, Tom. So we're going to move on to Kirstie now. Kirstie, what are your views on the government's decision to stop this scheme to feed children over the holidays?
I mean, frankly, this is the kind of socialist claptrap that is exactly the reason my husband set up his company subsidiary in the Cayman Islands, right? Like, the point is taxes. Like, we pay a lot of taxes. I buy a lot of Gucci bags that have an extortionate VAT on them. You know what it is? That's tax. I'm paying tax to ensure that these businesses can provide me with the luxury that I'm paying for, okay? My taxes are not so that some dirty junkies can, like, feed their hideous little brats. If they can't feed them, they just shouldn't have them. Like, I pay my children with my husband's income from his banking job in the city and his Cayman Island subsidiary business. There we go. Everyone should just do one of those. Fine. It's not that difficult.
You are taxing, aren't you?
Wonderful. That's some very good advice there. Well, I'm sure we'll come back to that shortly. Sam, you are someone who has possibly taken the Prime Minister's advice to get a job to heart, and you've been actually running a small business within school. How has this news affected you?
Well, from what I've seen, kids are eating a lot of small packs of Haribo, which isn't nutritious in the slightest. So I feel like I'm in no way helping I'm not helping them be healthy, but I'm helping them be happy. and it's not free. I charge for. I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm not giving children free food. I make them pay £2.50 for the small packs of hardware, which I brought for £3 from the co-op. But it's affected me quite a bit because there's more demand now that the government aren't feeding the children. So I need to restock a lot more.
Right, and where is it? You say you get your supplies from? How often do you restock?
I can't say where I get them from because there is CCTV footage of me not paying. Police will get involved with that. But I get them from a big corporation, so I'm taking down taking down the rich, steal from Tesco, and I used. Can't
keep a secret, can you, Sam?
And yeah, you're right. I cannot keep a secret in any way, shape, or form. So I steal the food from Tesco. Thom is an awful dinner lady.
Lunchtime supervisor.
Well, thank you very much, Sam. We haven't heard from Andrea yet. So, Andrea, what are your experiences on this whole news? That obviously kids aren't going to be fed over the school holidays. How do you feel about this?
As a disappointing, half-eaten, abandoned packed lunch, I can only conclude that the kids aren't hungry because I'm incredible. And I have to say, if they're not going to eat what's put in front of them, I dare say they can survive a couple of weeks without any food. I don't mean to be harsh. I certainly don't vote Tory, but the proof is in the pudding. The evidence is right there. I feel very alone.
That is really sad. Why am I getting emotional over a fictional sandwich?
Because you created this.
Thank you very much
for me, and I had to go very hard because I had to go hard in.
You've done it very well. We had some questions come in, I believe. So, Bitch Lasagna has asked, should child labour be a thing again? I'm going to put that to you, Jamie, aka Boris Johnson. What are your feelings on child labour?
Yeah, obviously I'm a big fan. I think the younger they work, the earlier, the less dependent. I came out of the womb fully dependent. I mean, fully independent. I only had one nanny up to the age. I mean, I stopped breastfeeding at 17. So,
It's wonderful. But you have quite a lot of children of your own. Do you insist on making them work for all their food as well?
I do have some of them, yes. Some of them I'm not 100% sure. Well, I've got to say, sorry for being the only person who can't do an impression of Boris Johnson.
That's fine.
This one, isn't it? And I can't do it.
That's fine. I'm terrible at impressions. It's fine. You don't need to embody the voice, just the attitude.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, they get fed. Did he leave them in a car, or was that someone else?
That was David Cameron.
That was David
Cameron.
In a pub toilet.
But Boris Johnson just left them.
Yes. It might be
emotionally.
Wonderful stuff. Victoria Bliss has a question for Marcus Rashford. Will you please release that song for Xmas, Marcus?
Yeah, I will, but I might get someone else to sing it.
I want you to sing it, but have like a really well-produced beat.
No. I want a Hungry Children's Chorus.
And I will release it, yeah, for charity, for Fair Share UK. I will.
Can you do it by Tuesday, and we'll release it on our live stream? Sorry, I've broken character for this.
Can I break character to Ryan and say I can give you a copy of it for your live stream?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we'll put
Jonny, I'm sorry we keep booking our show on your show.
That's fine.
In fact, I think I found a new career. I'm going to drop football and start writing hard-hitting poetry rap.
Yes, mate.
Can I ask a question to tax knobs?
Yes,
right.
Tom, you may ask.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Did you just call me a tax nuts?
Yeah. Would you feel more comfortable your taxes being used to pay starving children if billionaires also paid their taxes, so it was more of an even split? Even she's frozen or broken her.
Well, while she's thinking of an answer, if she comes back or not, I don't know.
Yeah,
that was a very good time.
because really that was very, very well timed comedically until it went on too long.
I know. I was like, oh, Kirstie's committed to a bit.
I was like, wow, what a shame.
Maybe she has just dropped out of the Zoom call.
Kirstie's retraining as a
It
human.
was such a reasonable question.
Does that team lose a point?
What was that? Sorry.
Do they lose a point if they drop out the Zoom call?
Kirstie says, my internet is done. Pretend tax non rage quit. Oh, you rage quit. Oh, how immature.
Right. That's fine. We will not be hearing from Taxnons anymore today. Richard Moore has said, I loved me the school dinner's custard. So some of you might like to know there, Tom.
Anyone else see that I'm only half? Why has this happened?
Because you're half a packed lunch. You've committed to the bit.
Yeah, we're going to be kind of visually fucked up for the minute, but oh well, fuck it. Sam, we've got a question for you from Vicky Styles. Do you accept payment in drugs?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. What is the exchange rate of say? I was going to make a measurement of drugs, but I don't know what they're measured in because I've never done them. Ounces. So an ounce of drugs. How much would that get you? How many packs of squares would that get you?
Packs of squares of drugs is the cutest thing I've ever heard.
Just little salted LSD tabs.
I'll give you 2 packs of squares per.
What, for an ounce of drug?
Yeah.
A whole ounce? The 2 packs of... All right. I mean, I know the price is going up with the no-deal Brexit and everything, but... Cool. We'll be DMing you, Sam.
Wonderful stuff. What more have we got here? I could have sworn I saw some more questions. No, I think that's all of it. Yeah, well, because we don't have any more of Kirstie, I guess we're going to...
I think we might go to lose then, because I think this last round...
Kirstie sucks at this round. You're actually getting it.
It makes no difference. Yeah, you might actually be doing better. An ounce of drugs, the Scarlet. Okay, yeah, we'll round up that round. I guess I'm just curious to know whether
I think
Boris...
for effort as well.
Can I just
absolutely.
I'm quite offended you picked the Scouser to be the petty theft in this bit.
No, you made that choice. You made the thieving choice.
Yeah, but selling multi-pack of snacks separately is still illegal. Jonny decided to read that bit.
Sam, I'm going to be honest. Sam, it's not because you're Scouse, it's because you're by far the youngest person on this stream.
It's not thieving.
I was discriminating, but not on that factor.
It's fine. Okay. I'm covered. Okay, good. We don't want another incident.
This question timers has really gone off topic.
Just like, and next on question time, Tom's girlfriend in her pants.
Wonderful. Vicky Style says, surely it's about time the dealers went metric. I agree. Then I would have been able to make a quicker reference on that.
Well, they do it in grams too. It depends what you want. So weed is in ounces, but coke is in grams usually.
Yeah.
Why?
We need to standardize.
Molly is about a litre. Because you're
it's far too confusing. If only there was a free tier system for drugs.
Valium is in tiny little magical blue pills. You should...
drug talk.
Well, that's all I have on that. Continue.
I've forgotten what we were talking about. Oh yeah, Boris, why do you hate kids? That's what I was going to ask.
Well, too much, if you see something too much, you end up hating it.
Yeah, but you don't see your kids.
Yeah, that's why. I had like 5 or 6 and I was like, nah, this is enough.
Are you aware of where children come from, Boris?
Don't know. I don't know.
They
always just tend to appear.
Could you maybe ask your scientific advisors and actually listen to what they've got to say? Would that be?
Oh, what, witty? Nah.
No. Boris Johnson goes to the scientific advisor who talks about the stork.
I think we're done with this.
We're getting
to be honest, Kirstie Nippy's kind of thrown me. So Kirstie is dead. Well, maybe she's left some money to charity in her will, but probably not. They will start having children.
Don't use my taxes to feed hungry babies. Fuck you.
Yeah, she's back. Yeah, she's back. Is she actually in the stream?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, everything's fucked again.
I'm sorry about that. My new Dickhead of the Month is Virgin Media again for like the 3rd fucking time. We've been arguing with them for like 4 fucking days, and I feel like my next course of action is like burn down their London HQ. So if that happens, it wasn't me.
But that wouldn't fix it, Kirstie. That would actually exacerbate the issue.
You need to infiltrate.
Yeah. It would make me feel better, though.
I know, but that's a short-term game.
Make you feel better in the short term.
Thom, all I've got is a short-term game, okay? Like, I'm not going to live long enough to see the world improve.
Wonderful. So, yeah. I guess just to round up this round, just a kind of open question. Then, moving forward, what do we think we should be doing to tackle poverty in this country? Open question.
Children.
Anyone want to jump in?
Just go Robin Hood.
Let's go Robin Hood, steal from the rich and give to the poor.
Yeah, just Robin Hood it.
Right, that's fine. Well, we do already have a thief on stream, and definitely not because they are scouse, but we can. Sam, have you considered using your entrepreneurial skills for the greater good?
I haven't thought in that, but I will, because I'm not technically from Liverpool. I'm just outside, but I will jump on the stereotype.
How much would you ask for from Dragon's Den for your business?
I could ask for 20,000.
For how much do you get?
20,000. 20,000 drugs.
Who's your dream dragon?
40,000 popular squares.
Wonderful. And Boris, do you? This could be entirely inaccurate, but I have a feeling that you're not bothered about feeding hungry children because the more children that starve to death now, the less of them are going to be able to vote in 4 or 5 years, whenever the next election is. Would there be any accuracy to this conspiracy theory, or are you just a dick?
The more young people there are, the less likely it is that I'm going to be in power for another 4 years. So, yeah. Kill this one.
Wonderful, thank you very much. I'm going to be giving the points to Ryan for that as a shock for everyone. I am also going to give Kirstie the runner-up points though, because I do think
you're here for half of it.
I tried.
Yeah. But it worked with her character, so I'm going to. Gonna give her the benefit of the doubt for that.
My
So,
taxes should go to Virgin Media. They'll make my connection better. Children can fuck off. They don't do shit for me.
Why aren't my taxes paying for the internet? Why don't we have a tax internet? Because no one's pitched that yet.
No one has pitched that yet. At the end of that round, Tom's team are in the lead with 15 points, but Kirstie's team have 14 points, so there is everything to play for in this final round. So this final round is things that would be funny if they happened, but they didn't. This is scenes we'd like to see from Mock the Week, but I'm pretty sure that title is trademarked, so just pretend I didn't say that. So I'm going to be offering the team some scenarios, and they come in with their suggestions. Points go for whoever I like most. So your first scenario is bad complaints to make to Ofcom.
There is not enough Jeremy Clarkson on my TV.
Dear Ofcom, I've been watching TV for years and I've still not appeared in an episode of Gogglebox.
Dear Ofcom, I'd like to see more all-white dance groups because all moves matter.
They're called a lack of diversity.
Dear Ofcom, may I have a list of all those who complained about the diversity's dance moves? Yours sincerely, Antifa.
Antifa is such a pretty name.
It is just like a nice, slightly anarchist aunt.
It's baby Antifa. And her brother, Fuck Turfs.
I'm not going to lie, I've only just realised that Ofcom isn't the one that tell you if a school's good or bad. So
I mean, I have never seen Ofcom and Ofsted in the same room. Maybe they're the same.
Dear Ofcom, if any other TV programme says the word unprecedented, I cannot be held accountable for any of the unprecedented things I do to them.
Oh gosh. Dear Ofcom, whatever happened to Oncom?
Right, the next scenario is things which are less culturally significant than the Frog and Bucket but still get funding from the Tories.
Comedy Store.
Hello.
Sorry to be a massive Tory, but I've actually got to shoot off now. Is that right?
That is absolutely fine. You head off. That's fine.
And that I'm still in character, and it's because you're all idiots and you're kids. So fuck you all. Goodbye. But sorry.
That's absolutely fine. Thank you for joining the show. Take care.
Hi, Jamie.
Jamie. More points for Tom's team.
Tom, you have to boot one of your players. Which one's your favourite?
If he's up for it, I can make an offer. Kat, do you want to play?
Oh,
Kat, do you want to be on my team? Oh my God, Kat, be on my team for the last round.
Hold on. Let me put you on actual speakers.
I was going to say, put her on the Thomas Buttonworth camera.
We don't have the Thomas Buttonworth camera.
What's happening?
Someone's have
Kat,
to...
you're on my team for the last round.
But I'm bisexual, I don't pick teams.
Okay, but no, you're being assigned a team for the sake of the next half hour, and then you can do whatever you want afterwards.
And one really assigned team. So,
Jonny, what was the thing?
Things which are less culturally significant than the Frog and Bucket but still getting funding from the Tories.
Has like Boris Johnson got like a sister who's sort of good at karaoke who's getting £4 billion?
Probably.
does actually. Yeah, he really does. She's quite a good singer.
The films of Lars von Trier.
Oh, Weinstein's hotel room?
Yeah, I'm abstaining from this round because I'm actually genuinely furious because most places who get it are actually completely worthy.
Oh, yeah, no, they are. But
Balls, and I tried so hard, but no, I got nothing for this one. Because everywhere that got it deserves it, and the places that didn't get it deserve it.
The dance group diverted.
I think you'll find. No, for real though, there was a news story about an opera house that only opens in the summer that got funding in October, even though they're usually closed from October until May.
That is not awesome.
That is literally a thing that has happened. So not everywhere deserves it. Just the places that you've heard of because you only talk to cool people.
Just the places that have enough money to fucking save up for the actual season.
Yeah.
Not that, no.
There are a couple of small places that got it.
They're not struggling. It's just...
Lolsevism's venue, I think, got it, and they're quite a nice small indie cafe. So there
That's
are some
good.
places. But yeah, it's just the fact that the Frog and Bucket of all places is just, yeah.
An actual frog and bucket.
To be fair, if an actual frog was doing some performing arts, I'd give him my money as well.
I would give him whatever he could carry in his little.
Like, is it legit like Mr. Toad from like Wind in the Willows on his little bicycle? Because in his like waistcoat and his bicycle and his flat cap, because that little cunt is getting some money, even though he's got a manor. It is Mr. Toad.
It's stand up, and you're excited to you don't see the cute little frog do stand up, and then he just goes up there and he's doing nothing but attack helicopter jokes. How disappointed was
no.
you?
So disappointed.
Frogs aren't turfs, no.
I'd like accidentally on purpose step on that frog on my way out of the venue.
Well, you have changed your tune on how you feel about frogs.
Look, when they've got cute waistcoats.
Not all frogs.
When they've got cute waistcoats and flat caps, and just eat all the muffins, I'm like, yes, mate. When they're turfs, they get squished.
I was actually going to use J.K. Rowling as an example of like probably getting more funding than the Frog and Bucket and everything. But she, to be fair, she is culturally significant. She's contributed a lot to the trash culture, so we shouldn't really.
Wonderful. Okay, next one is exclusive that Stanley Johnson hasn't made for breaking COVID restrictions.
Giving his child contraception.
Did he go, look, when you spit a prime minister out your penis, you can tell me what to do?
Oh my God.
Is it because he said I was in the jungle at the same time with Rebecca Vardy, so I must have been close to any disease that has ever existed?
I've just had a facial and I really want to show it off.
It was a business. I've been selling Stanley knives.
It costs thousands of pounds of taxpayers' money for this. I can't fucking waste it.
I'm gonna say to you the same thing that my son said about marriage when they caught him cheating. I did not understand the rules. Now I do.
Wonderful. Any more for that? Shall we move on?
Is he getting voice lessons to not sound like a pretentious cunt?
I mean, with all this taxpayer money they're siphoning into that family, I'm sure they could have afforded it and still fucking chosen not to.
Right, and the final one is things unsaid at the US election debates.
I need to... Is that things that you shouldn't say or things that they don't say but everyone knows is true?
Either or.
Okay.
Black Lives Matter?
So this is things unsaid at US elections. So I watched every single debate and never once did they mention the cult British sitcom Are You Being Served?
That is
that is correct.
Okay. Is that a point?
They did give mention to open all hours though, so you've got to give them a little bit of.
Oh, weirdly enough, in my notes, I crossed out open all hours. I put it on quite a legitimate thing there. Anyway, that's just for me.
Things unsaid on the Trump side of the election. Pass me the seasoning.
Probably also on the Biden section, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
They both look like gone off milk.
Like Biden's really proud of himself when he uses salt and pepper.
Yeah. Maybe a bit of vinegar.
Donald Trump would be like, pass me the salt and pepper. Oh God, no.
Trump didn't say, I'm the best candidate, just listen to my non-biased words of my family.
Oh, you know what, mate? You probably shouldn't tweet that.
If elected, I promise to make standard of living better for myself.
Got to be a fair, clean game.
I can't find any adult diapers anywhere.
I'm voting for Donald Trump because he got the coronavirus. I'm voting for coronavirus because he fucking got out fucking dead.
I would absolutely say that, mate. 100%.
If you haven't watched Mean Girls, you're just confused right now.
You know what? He's beat the virus, hasn't he? He's beat it personally, and therefore he can beat it for all of us. That's why I'm voting.
Things unsaid. I know more about you than wind. Oh no, he actually did say that during a debate. I know more about you than wind.
I can't wait for all these postal votes to get counted.
Right, the wrap up. Surely any last minute ones?
The vote doesn't matter because we'll both be dead in a few years.
Oh, imagine a world without those pricks.
Any last minute ones? I mean, I've already sent Sam the final points, but if anyone's getting any really good ones in, that might change.
Oh, look over there. It's a cat. Aren't cats nice? Vote for me.
I really enjoyed that bit where Joe Biden told him to shut the hell up. That just made me happy.
We liked it when a fly landed on Mike Pence's head, but I'm upset that the fly didn't use it as an excuse to filibuster him.
To be fair though, people are talking more about that fly than they are about talking about anything Kamala Harris said at all. And it's just like, how is like one fly enough to detract people from the fact that a black woman might end up vice president? Like,
but not enough to make you go, this is a great opportunity to fucking slap him right in the face.
Right, okay. I've
the shit, aren't they?
I've counted the final scores. Before we announce them, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for watching. Again, this is a pay what you want show. The PayPal link is in the description below. We will be littering it over social media for the next week, so you can donate.
It's right at the bottom, though. So if you want to give us money, you kind of have to work for it.
You do have to work for it, but if you just follow our social media things, we'll be sharing it plenty over the next week. So if you've not got money today, but you will have money by the end of the week, then yep, you still have plenty of time to donate. Otherwise, you can also support us on Patreon, or if you can't afford to give us any money but have enjoyed it, please do shout about us on social media. That'll do us a lot of good. And also huge thank to all of our patrons there that will be on the screen at some point. They were before, you've already seen it, but they'll be on the screen again before the end of the show, so you're welcome. And then on that note, the final scores are Kirstie's team are on 20 points and Tom's team just in 8 points.
Oh, it hurts worse that it was so close.
It was, yeah.
I like it better when he wins by like 20 points because like no one fucking tried in the last round.
Who's the Alan Davis of the show now, Kirstie?
Sorry, I failed you, Kirstie.
Oh, you did.
How could you, Kat? I believed in you.
Well,
No.
great.
That was all Jamie's
One
fault.
of us.
and your internet, Kirstie. But
did I lose points because my internet was a cunt?
No.
That's not fair.
No,
That's
you didn't
Virgin Media's fault. I'm going to fucking sue Richard Branson for those points.
Okay, Virgin Media will lose 3 points.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you again very much for watching. We will next be here on a date in November.
I will look it up.
It's the last Monday. It's the 30th of November. Or we will also be part of the election stream that Social Distance Warriors are doing next Monday.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday even. Ignore me.
Who have we got for next month, Jonny?
It's in a different spreadsheet.
Well, I was trying to give you ample opportunity. Like, and next week we have, but fine.
Yeah,
how many times on Social Distance Warriors do we ask each other who we've got next week and neither of us fucking know? Why do you think Johnny's going to know that on their own?
A different show. I expect more of Jonny than I expect from us.
Same, but also I don't put them on the spot. Just in case.
We have some fucking great people on next month. I will be you'll see that soon enough on the social media. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us, and join us next month where we will be discussing the news events of November, including welcoming Kanye West into the White House, Lawrence boycotting Clarks for selling black shoes, and the Tories perform yet another U-turn, only this time it's into the fucking sea. Thank you. I'll see you next month.